physical. It's time to talk some piss and more. We gonna talk about it all. DVD, CD, UHD, VHS, books, Blu-ray. Who knows, maybe you'll even see a laser disc today. Let's get physical. We wanna talk some physical media. Movies and TV, music and more. Come check out what we have in store. This is the media house dream. It's time for some physical media on FanZcene.
I know it was like really popular because it like won some Oscars and whatever, but
Jimmy does that.
It's got the Mighty Ducks guy. Got that guy.
No! Yes, but no! He's not the Mighty Ducks guy! It's Emilio Estevez! We're the Emilio! You can never have enough physical media.
Yay! My name's Jeff. I don't know when.
Why is my stuff not working?
Well, I don't know. Well, hello, fellow followers. Welcome back to the Physical Media Show on a special night tonight for New Year's.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah, see, that's why my shit wasn't working earlier. Yay!
Yay!
Physical media.
Yay! It's good for the soul. Yeah, we do need to get one. I do need to make one of these now. I do get that done.
Not you. You don't rock the boat, my friend. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, I did one for Runner, and I should do one for you. So
no, you've done plenty for me already. So let's not get you in trouble. So.
Which it sucks what happened to you, big time. I can't believe it. YouTube is, I don't know, man. It's crazy. But thank you for joining me tonight on this special Tuesday edition of the Physical Media Show as we go into the new year. Hopefully the new year is better for you and us as we move on to 2026. We shall see. So let's say hi to the chat real quick, and then we'll get into some physical media here. So we have Mondo Bizarro saying Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Mondo Bizarro. Happy New Year, John the Beagle Dad. Glad to see you. Hi, Danny Hooley. Glad to see you out there as well. This is something I think I might do, but it would be probably more than top five. But Mondo Bizarro says, my top five physical media releases of 2025 are The Beyond, Cobra, The Deadly Spawn, A Nightmare on Elm Street Collection, and Godzilla versus... How do I always mess up Biollante? Biollante.
I wish.
Go ahead.
I wish I could put Nightmare on Elm Street on that top five. I just don't know. It's got nothing new.
Right.
No new features. Like, yes, I guess I'll give it credit for it all being new scans, which is a big deal. But I can't help but feel like we kind of got shafted. And then that one guy who was promising all that stuff we never saw.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder we're going to get another box set down the road here. But anyway, you were going to say something.
I was thinking about making a video doing my favorite physical media that I got in 2025. I didn't get to buy a lot this year, but I did. I thought maybe that might be a fun video to do. Show off some of my favorites. So I might do that. And then we have Uncle Remus. Where's the 4K of Roger Moore James Bond box set? I mean, depending on how well the Sean Connery sold, which I think it sold pretty well, but I did hear some complaints about the scans, right? Is it coming?
I think so, or did it get delayed or something? Or what was the next one coming out? It wasn't Roger, or yeah, I think that'll be.
It has to be.
The first
Roger
one
Moore,
was right? No, the first one was Sean Connery. I think the second one's going to be Pierce Brosnan.
Oh,
I'm not. Or what is the second one? Somebody out there, because I think they're going by popularity, as it looks. What it looks like.
I would have thought the Roger Moore ones would be Sean Connery, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, so forth.
Maybe they are. I thought they were already announced, but I could be wrong. And I know the Dalton one, or I know Pierce Brosnan's the next in line, but
yeah,
they're doing them all. They're all scanned. I got the 4K digital versions. Now, yeah, that damned Idealistic Crusader has been combing through them, and there's some issues with some things here and there. And of course, I mean, he could find a pimple on a fucking flea. So
yeah.
I mean, but that being said, yeah, I've heard mixed reviews on them. So yeah,
I did hear some mixed reviews on them, but hopefully that comes soon. And then hail to you, Brian Barth. Glad to see you as well. I have some family coming over tomorrow, and I don't think I'd be able to do the show tomorrow. It is New Year's Eve. Typically, I don't do anything on New Year's Eve, but I can't say no to family, so we're going to do the show a day early.
Family in quotation.
Well, it is. If it was a hot chick, I tell you, it was a hot chick, I'd be bragging.
That's when the whores come in.
That's when the whores come in. Never had to pay for it, so.
So, are you judging us? No, I'm just
no.
No.
Just not less GBJ.
You're always paying for it. Trust me.
Well,
Rick is in the house. Thank you, Rick, for the care package. I don't know if you got one.
Yes, I did too. I did too. Hi, Heather.
So hopefully in the next week or two, I'll have some of his to share. But yeah,
me too. I got some good ones in that I'm planning on watching and sharing with you guys. I do want to give out. I haven't got to Rick yet, but I do want to give out a shout out to Rick and Styles Section and Random Brad. They sent me some really cool physical media throughout this year. So shout out to them three. I appreciate you guys so very much for your support of the channel.
I still got a big ass box we got to sort out because I was planning on going to what was that thing that's coming
Horror
up?
Hound.
Horror Hound. I think that's in March?
Yeah.
I was thinking about maybe trying to meet up with you there and then just kind of saving the trouble, but if worst comes to worst, I'll still send it out, but it's getting bigger all the time. We still got to go through them because I'm sure you have some of these.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I talked to you about this already. So
yeah. And I do have to send you a couple as well too that I have.
No worries.
That I know you don't have, so I got to send you some too. But I appreciate you, Tom, and hi to you.
You found Debbie Does Dallas?
No, I wish.
Like, that's the only movie I don't have. No.
I'm honest. Like I know we
Deep Throat is another one that surprised me. How is fucking Deep Throat the biggest porn of all time? How does that not have a Blu-ray?
Right.
Let alone a fucking 4K. Like Vinegar Syndrome. What are you doing?
Who knows with them anymore?
You're dropping the ball on that one. We need Debbie Does Dallas and we need fucking Deep Throat on 4K Blu-ray like now. Like what is going on here? I got fucking Sex World in 4K Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome. I didn't even know Sex World existed.
Yeah.
And you know what? It might as well just be a fucking sequel to Westworld.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've seen Westworld and Future World, it kind of just fits. I mean, it's just like, okay, we're just seeing the sex part of it now. I mean, they show some of it on the other ones, but I mean, anyway, no, it boggles my brains because I think Deep Throat 2 is on Blu-ray, but not the first one. And same thing with Debbie Does Dallas 2. Is on, like, where's the original? Who is hanging on to these? Whose vault has them locked inside? I don't get it.
It's like, I bought the rights and I'm not selling them for nothing.
The Devil and Miss Jones. How is this not on? Like, maybe that one is, but I want. Okay, so this is what bothers me is I used to back in the day have this really great DVD box set of all the classics. Right? It was Deep Throat, Debbie Does Dallas, Candy Stripers, The Devil and Miss Jones. I think Beyond the Green Door or something. No, that's a horror film, isn't it? I'm trying to think of what the other one was. There was 5 movies in there. They were all classic. You know, maybe it was Taboo or something like that. Either way, it was all these classic early mid 70s porns that, you know, everybody knows, especially Deep Throat being the crowning jewel of the collection.
Right.
And I ended up giving it to a buddy of mine because after I had a kid, I'm like, oh, here you go. You can have this. I don't want it around. I wish I'd have never gave it to him. But yeah.
happens.
Yeah, because I think I paid a pretty penny for that box set too.
Jeez.
Maybe it is Beyond the Green Door. Was maybe Corley and Rogue. I was trying to think of I think it was Beyond the Green Door. Yeah.
Go figure.
Because they were all 5 classic, everybody's heard of original. You know, like
some of them even beat actual movies in the movie theater. So.
They kind of were. Well, that's what I was saying about Deep Throat. I mean, that movie grossed the kind of money that a normal movie would gross.
Yeah.
As far as I know, it's still the highest grossing porn in theaters.
Yeah.
Like, because they weren't showing it at just porn theaters. They were showing it at regular, everyday theaters.
Yeah.
Shit. Like,
it's insane.
It was like the thing to do. Like, it was just kind of a new, like,
taking the wife out to a movie.
Exactly. Like, they did. It was, what movie was that more recently where they even make a joke about it? Trying to think. There was one where they actually go to a theater where they're showing it. But I also love that in King Kong, they bring it up.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
She's like, do you know how many people's lives were saved by Deep Throat? And they're like, excuse me? Deep Throat. Yes, it was that movie that saved my life.
Yeah, that's right. Good old days. How do you, Boba Fett or Dubba Fett? Sorry, glad to have you here. Yeah, Hey, look, I'm glad you can be here, and then we can do the show for you guys tonight. What is up, Ace
I'm
Hanlon?
fucked up.
What's up, Ace Hanlon? Glad to see you. What's up, Brandon Brad? Absolutely lovely Panasonic DP-UBT. What else? What else? Oh, you got the new Panasonic 4K player.
Is that the one that has does it have Dolby Vision or not? Because I'm kind of getting fed up with my Sony, but I can't really bitch because I've had this Sony now for what, 5 years or so or better.
Yeah.
Since you've known me.
Yeah.
It's starting to freeze often, and I know some other people have had this issue too.
So they got that new Sony. The new Sony with all the internet stuff pulled out of it and the streaming off of it.
That's right, because I don't use the streaming on mine anyway.
Yeah. That's my most popular video on my channel. Where I talked about
Who sells that?
So everybody, I guess. I think it's available here. As far as I read in that video, it was coming this year.
Why do I got to be broke right now?
I know, because I might need a new 4K player for my living room too, because I'm noticing some some Blu-ray discs are starting to have trouble to be played in it.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, because I had a player, my first. This is what's stupid. My first region-free player. It would still it quit playing Blu-rays, but it played DVDs and CDs still. But that's of course because I think it has a different laser for those.
Right.
Like, yeah. So it's like, son of a bitch. So yeah, I've had that happen before too, and that's kind of what I'm running into here. I do have the Toshiba upstairs. I might just move downstairs for a while, but I don't know if that Toshiba has, or not Toshiba, LG. But I don't know if that has Dolby Vision on it or not, because I think both LG and Panasonic don't. Wasn't that the whole thing?
I think so. Something like that, right?
Yeah, and that LG's a little bit older one. That's the one that I told you guys about a long time ago that I found in a thrift shop, and I'm like, these guys have no idea what the fuck they got. It was like $7, and I paid more for the remote because they didn't have a remote with it. But I found one on eBay. It was like, after all said and done with the shipping and shit, it was like 13 something for the remote. I paid almost twice as much for the remote than I did the system itself. So I cannot bitch. I'm like, these guys don't realize they're selling a 4K Blu-ray player for $7 fucking.
I know, that's insane. Some if you hit the right thrift store at the right time, man, that shit could happen like that. You got lucky, man.
I think I even asked if this was the right price on it too, just to be an idiot. Because then so they could go, oh no, that should be 17. No, they didn't do that.
No, they don't get.
It was basically the same price as all the other Blu-ray and DVD players.
Yeah, if you hit up some of those ones like that, where like they don't know what they have, they're just like, nobody watches this stuff anymore. It's like,
yeah, it was like $7 for the standalone players, $10 if they had like speakers and shit with them.
Yeah, that's insane.
But who wants those crappy little DVD speaker system things? I've had one of those once in my life, and that was the worst purchase I ever made.
Yeah,
it was nice to have for like a little extra room, extra DVD player with the surround sound and everything, but it sounded like ass.
Them aren't the best.
No little plastic speakers.
Yeah. What's up, Tim Hayes? Hell to you. Glad to see you with us as well. Happy New Year, Davina Duckworth. Glad to see you out in the chat. Corleone Rogue, hi to you. Christopher Barker, yes, you can never have enough physical media. That is true. Scott Hughes, hello, welcome. Hey, Tyrell72, live long and prosper, as always.
Live long and perspire. Wait a minute.
Perspire. Spock, just let him die. How do you use Psycho Knight?
Wouldn't that be funny if that's what it originally was? Because Vulcans don't perspire.
Yeah.
And he's like, we need to change this.
That's funny.
Live long and prosper. That's better.
And prosper, yes. What's up, John the Beagle Dad? Glad to see you. And as always, once again, there's Rick Johnson. Thank you, Rick Johnson, for everything as well. Happy almost New Year to you.
That man does God's work. That's all I know.
I'm telling you, man. He has sent me so many awesome ones, and like he's got to be in the business or something. I don't know what.
I don't know. I mean,
he does some great stuff. Exactly. What's up, Baby Maker 13?
I don't want to get anybody in trouble, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, he's got me some like German releases of Blu-rays. I didn't even know movies had Blu-rays. I'm like, they had a German release and it's on Blu-ray and it's in English. I'm like, Yes, I'll take that.
I know he asked me, "Do you want this?" It's like, do I not want this? Excuse me, like hello. There's only been a couple times where he's had ones that I already had.
Right.
Very rarely, but that's just because I'm one of those guys that have. When you got 5,000 movies,
Same.
it's bound to happen at some point.
Same.
But I've actually been able to help him out. Like I've sent him like the multi-channel tracks for like movies too that he was able to get the HD version, but that they didn't have like only the 2.0 stereo track. So like I get him like the 5.1 track. So yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and thank you, Random Brad, for the ones you sent me. And if I missed you, Baby Maker 13th, I like that name. Glad to see you as well. Psycho Not Your Daddy, glad to see you. I'd buy that for $1. As always, yes.
I'll buy that for $1.
Who wouldn't?
I'd buy that for $1.
I just love that guy's laugh at the end when it's all done.
I want to see all the footage they shot because supposedly they shot like a little bit of a sitcom thing, and we just keep seeing like a little part of
little pieces of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's his gimmick. Like that's his like one-liners. Because there is that other shot that's in the deleted scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's all they did shoot of it. I don't know.
That'd be cool to see. Like see the whole like episode or whatever they may have shot for. That'd be cool if they did.
I'd buy that for $1.
I would buy that for $1. What's up, Anthony Draven? Glad to see you. Make sure Hifferturkerstad, which I'm sure I butchered that, but glad to see you out there in the chat as well. But glad to see you. I think we're all caught up with the chat. Welcome to everybody in the chat. Welcome everybody at home. Are you ready?
It's German, so that was pretty close, probably. But you didn't have enough in there.
it's like not crypto. It's like Klingon. You got to say it with the
yeah. Use more phlegm.
Yeah, sometimes German releases never have this up. Sometimes. But with that being said, what do we have for upcoming releases?
There was the Arrow announcements. But I think did we get those already?
I think we covered them, Salem's Lot, and all that last week.
Did.
Yeah.
Because otherwise there hasn't been much, from my memory.
Yeah, I don't think there's been much since last time.
We did get kind of semi-confirmation on the rumor that Robert dropped on 4K for You a while back.
Oh, yes,
the Rambo
I did
films
see this.
are getting rescanned. Hateful Eight is another one that's rumored. A lot of rumors, but nothing solid as far as releases from my memory here. Yeah. I don't have anything on my X, so
Yeah,
unless you remember something, then
I think we talked about the Looney Tune Collector's Vault last week.
So.
Part 2, yeah, Volume 2 last Wednesday. I don't think I saw anything. Let me look real quick because I didn't even see. I saw some rumors, but I don't want to say, because it's not confirmed.
Yeah, mostly just rumors is all I saw. Yeah.
I know we know
finally got to look at Ben-Hur's art, but we've known about Ben-Hur for a while. That comes out like next month already. So
yeah, I was just about to say that. Yes, I know Arrow did announce Mortal Kombat basically. So yeah I did see that. I thought Tank Girl already got a 4K by somebody.
Which one?
Tank Girl.
Not a 4K.
It was from Australia, right?
Yeah, it was just a Blu-ray though.
Just a Blu-ray. Okay, so Tank Girl was announced by Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Did the President's Men, but I think that's already been announced.
Oh yeah.
What was that?
I was gonna say Ray, Jamie Foxx's Ray's getting 4K from Kino.
Yeah, that's been for a while.
Yeah, I think we may have mentioned that. Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour is getting 4K from Kino.
Yeah. Kino, they just updated with the dates and stuff. We already knew about all those. Kino actually announces their shit quite in advance. They usually get up ahead of as many people as they can, it seems like. They don't piss around. But no, that was pretty much it from what I saw. Lawrence of Arabia, I think, is finally getting a individual release. I saw
Standard.
That. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything outside of rumors. So.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. I guess that is that. All the President's Men watched it. Boring, in my opinion.
It's It's one of those movies that if you know the real people, it's kind of hard to see them as Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, is that so dope? Because I think I have that on my other Blu-ray from before that I recently picked up not that long ago.
They're emitting it for the 4K, the silent version. Thoughts on what the next VSU from Vinegar Syndrome is going to be?
Don't know. Have we gotten any hints?
Yeah, did they give out a hint? I haven't seen it. I didn't even know they did Tank Girl, and usually I see that, which I didn't see that. So I don't know. Wait, I have to look and see when they did that, because I know this is their 13th anniversary, so they're celebrating.
Yeah, it says right now they don't
years.
even have the site up. It's at a day and 14 hours. They're going to announce something here for the subscriber week.
Mm-hmm.
Partners only month has come to an end. We are now preparing for subscriber week, which will begin on January 1st. Only chance to subscribe for the whole year, limited to 2,000 subscriptions. So they're doing that. So I'm sure they'll announce something with that. They usually do.
Mm-hmm.
But we won't know until the 1st.
That's right.
I have not. See, Vinegar Syndrome keeps their shit so close to the chest.
Mm-hmm.
They're one of the few that can get by with stuff without us generally knowing it's coming.
It's truly, yeah.
I mean, I could come up with a couple titles I would love to see Vinegar Syndrome do.
I think you mentioned a few earlier in the show.
Possibly.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, even some that I might talk about this week that I'm kind of surprised they didn't get, but we'll get to those.
Nope.
So yeah, I'm ready whenever you are to get started.
I'm ready. But Rick did say before we get into it, Rick says, have you guys heard of a new UK boutique label called Last Slate Video? I have not.
No,
I'm going to have to look them up, Rick, because if you've ordered from them, you know them, they're probably good.
Probably.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I'm wondering where some of my orders are. I was kind of curious. Of course, with the mail, with the holiday, everything's
Yeah.
slow.
we're supposed to have another winter storm come in, so things they're saying the delays are coming in deliveries. So I was like, oh, great.
We've had a bunch of that lately. So
Yeah. All right. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and Tom, you can go ahead and go first since you got a little more than me.
Last week I showed the airport films, so it's only
now I want to get the airport films, by the way.
that I would do Airplane.
Nice.
The sequel. And I used to have this old double pack with it in it. No, it looks pretty good. And it has a new 5.1 sound mix. Nothing really for special features outside of commentaries, but you know, like Mike White of Projection Booth podcast and television writer, showrunner Patrick Walsh. Get us to do some of these guys.
Yes, please.
You know, we gladly would.
I gladly would.
But yeah, so I mean, other than not really having any much for special features, it looks good, sounds good. Kino does a nice little package. I'm not so sure I would have done the Christmas cover, the Christmas poster.
Yeah, with the Santa Claus there like that. Yeah.
I mean, I like it. It would have been cool to have it as like, and again, this is where Kino, like, I don't mind. You guys can get back into doing multi covers. I don't know why they quit.
Yeah.
You know, reversible covers.
Reversible covers, yeah.
Because this is a cool poster, but the movie has absolutely fucking nothing to do with Christmas. It just came out at Christmas.
I know.
So, like, yeah, but I mean, not having anything to do with the Zucker brothers, this one actually, in some ways, I wouldn't say it's funnier, but it's not as bad as some people make it out to be. It has a lot of but the only problem with it is there's a lot of current day jokes. Like, if you don't know who any of these hosts or some of these kind of like gimmicky jokes are, it is not going to land. And that's why it doesn't last as long as the original. And I can understand, because there's even Star Trek joke, like some of the Star Trek joke will be okay. There's a couple other jokes that'll be fine, but like you got like, this was even before Alex Trebek was hosting Jeopardy. So you have the original host. So most people are just gonna be like, "Oh, it's just some rando dude," right? Like, you know, like I'm saying, like, there's a lot of very pop culture reference jokes in this one compared to the first one. The first one has more so stuff that you could just you know, anytime it'll play. Second one, not so much.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's true. I mean, it's. I guess you'd have to be a fan of the era, really, but I always thought it was funny.
Yeah, you kind of got to be alive at that time to kind of get half of the jokes.
I mean, I think we get them because we were live and we saw it around the right time and everything. So, but yeah, you're right. Like people come to it today, like if they watch Airplane and go, "Oh, Airplane was hilarious," and then go to Airplane 2, it's like, who are these people? What are they referencing?
I mean, they got 90% of the cast back. I mean, Robert Stack and
I mean, like the references you were talking about.
oh
like,
yeah, the reference part.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking on that, is Brian Barth wants to know why Leslie Nielsen and Zuckers and Abrams didn't return for the sequel.
Zuckers and Abrams, they had actually worked on a sequel idea and then just up and decided they didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
They like just up and decided we just don't have anything to say. We're just remaking the same movie over again. And then for some reason, since the Zuckers weren't involved, Leslie Nielsen didn't want to do it. So his loyalty was with the Zucker Abrams crew. As far as Stack, he just said, why would I want to make the same movie twice?
Yeah. So there you go. That explains.
But it actually, this one follows more of the, like, because like the original film, as pointed out last week, I believe by Brian Barth or whoever it was in the chat, is literally just 0 hour.
Basically.
Like there's a few bits in here and there that are added in, but otherwise it's literally word for word the script of 0 hour. It just works just because of how ridiculously melodramatic that movie was. Now, this movie, on the other hand, is able to borrow stuff from all the fucking movies more so than what we've seen in the previous film. So there's a lot more of they stick in the tropes here to be so that stuff to me I think played a lot better than the pop culture references. But again, you still also have to be familiar. Like when I was talking about Airport last time, and Runner's just kind of like, I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
I miss those eras, those type of movies, like disaster movies and spoof movies that sort of followed them like that. I miss those type of eras. But you made me want to pick up all the airport movies when you were talking about, because I just haven't seen some of them in so long, and they're just so insane.
Well, I was gonna send you my old set if not, but like unless you want the 4Ks, but yeah.
Yeah, well, you can send me the old set. I don't know when I'll get the 4Ks, but you can send it to me.
Yeah, I have the old set that's just it's sitting on my stack of ones that I'm going to ask you about. So yeah, but no, it is what it is. So check it out. It's a good price from Kino. I think I got it was on the sale price for like 17 or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, I think they extended their sale to like January 1st, maybe.
Ooh.
So I think the sale has been extended. I saw it the other day. I can't remember when they said, but I know it's in like January.
Well, it kind of makes me wonder if they're not doing as well on this one, because frankly, I got mine pretty quick. Mm-hmm. And usually when there's sales, it takes a while for me to get my order. Of course, granted, I didn't order as much as I normally do, but it wasn't a small order, but it was a lot of the 4K ones because I was waiting for them to go on sale.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're just not selling as many, so they had to extend it a little bit.
Maybe just stretch it out a little bit, make a little extra cash at the end of the year.
So right. Yeah, I can recommend it. Check it out, and yeah, that's my first pick.
All right. Well, I'll keep it in comedy because this is my only comedy I got. I have not watched this in a very long time, and that's Bulletproof with Damon Wayans and Adam Sandler. So, yeah, I have not seen.
I know this porno was made in the 70s. The guy's dick has a fucking sideburns in it.
This is a funny movie. This is a funny movie. I didn't even realize it was directed by Ernest Dickerson, who did Demon Knight, Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight.
Oh
yeah.
Want a hit of this? I had it up my ass.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
I saw that in theaters, man.
Tell me where you want to go. Disneyland. Yeah, we'll go to Disneyland.
You couldn't get away with that, no.
No, you cannot get away with some of the stuff they do in this movie at all. And James Caan is great in this as well, too, as the bad guy. But I did watching it this time, though, as there's like, I clearly, well, probably more than this, but like clearly there's like 10 to 15 minutes of the movie missing in the beginning. Clearly I was watching it this time and you can see where it's like the editing. I guess that.
Oh, okay. I can see what you're saying. Probably, yeah.
And like they don't really make it clear how long it's been between him getting shot in the head, Damon Wayans' character gets shot in the head, into then, which I would assume it's probably been about a year from the that, because he had went through rehabilitation and everything. But like if you're, when I was watching it, like to get to where they needed to be, to where they're on the run, where they're back together and on the run.
What's funny is they would never let him be a cop again either.
No, they never in a million years would they have let him.
His career was done at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no coming back from that.
Again, I'm not saying he couldn't walk and all that shit, but they're not going to let him become a detective again like that. No.
Especially go after the same guy that shot him.
Yeah, this is a movie, but I love it. You're not wrong. Like James Caan's perfect. And what sucks about it is it didn't really do much at the box office. And this came out, I believe, in between, or was it just before Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison, one of the two. I can't remember if it was just before. I was going to say, I think it came out in between the two, but it still didn't do very well for some reason.
Yeah, I remember that because I remember liking it back in then, but I don't remember them making a big deal over this. And plus, there's like no special features whatsoever on this Blu-ray.
Yeah, and I can't remember what it came out up against because it also got killed at the box office because it was like 96 it came out. Like late August, I want to say, or something like that, maybe a little later. I'm trying to remember.
And it came out in 96. I know that. So let's see if I can find it real quick. But no, it's a great little film. But I did notice in the beginning, there's like, you can tell there's some stuff cut out to get to where they needed to be. Like, I feel like there was more to be said about the relationship and how he went undercover and stuff before they get to the point where they're on the run. I noticed how some of the cuts played out this time. But let's see, it came out in 96. Let's see if I can find the...
I'm looking it up right here. We got... it only did 22 million all said and done. Opened at 6, which means it basically tanked. Let's see if I can find... Independence Day was still doing... That was what it was. So I was going to say, but it came out in December. I was going to say, I know it came out on Christmas. But, like, Independence Day kicked its ass, it looks like.
Makes sense.
Where's the... Wait, let me see if I don't give me the whole day for some reason of everything that came out that day. I don't know what. Oh, maybe because I don't know. It's being weird. Sometimes it does that. I'll check the numbers. I would say I know that was still out, but that wasn't that big of a deal anymore, was it?
No.
Couldn't have been.
No.
Anyway. Talk about your movie.
No, but no, it's a funny movie for anybody who may not know, because I think this might be one of those rare ones where like not everybody knows about this movie. So for the plot of the movie is Damon Wayans' character is a cop, and he's gone undercover to befriend Adam Sandler's character of Archie, who is like the big go-between guy between James Caan, who's a drug dealer, and so he's getting in good with him for a year. And he actually becomes really good friends with him, and he ends up actually liking him. But then he accidentally gets shot in his head by Adam Sandler's character when they're going to arrest everybody and everything. It all goes bad. And then I would assume it's a year later, because they don't make it quite clear how long it's been. But I would assume it's a year later. A year later, they finally found Adam Sandler's character because he got away, and so they've arrested him, and they want Damon Wayans' character to bring him back so he can testify to put James Caan character in jail. And then they go and they end up getting going on the run because James Caan finds out where they're at and everything, and so he's basically chasing them with the hitman and stuff, so that he can't testify. That's like the plot of the movie. But it is really funny. It has some great Adam Sandler jokes in it. Damon Wayans and him play great, and also what I found funny watching it this time. This is clearly Damon Wayans and Adam Sandler's Lethal Weapon. This is clearly their Lethal Weapon, and it's funny because he went on to do Lethal Weapon, even though it turns out that he and the guy weren't very friendly.
No. Yeah, okay. So it came out in September, which for you guys know then that meant it was dumping ground. It did open at number 1, but it was just a shitty week. It looks like altogether. Even Independence Day was still in the top 10. Time to Kill was also one of the newer ones that was doing pretty good. Like new-ish. But it looks like it was up against like Tin Cup, which also did a little bit better, it looks like.
Oh, that's a good movie too.
The First Kid also came out the week before that, 2 or 3 weeks before that. Yeah.
Sinbad was still bigger. It was bigger than Damon Wayans at that point. Huh.
Yeah. Mission
Right here.
Impossible was still in the top 20. That's what the kind of world we lived in.
Mm.
But then
All those movies, man.
I mean, so I guess overall for the time, because then the next week after that it dropped
Mm-hmm.
to third place behind Maximum Risk and Fly Away Home, which is weird because you had Sony dropping 2 movies on the same weekend, clearly counter programming. Van Damme versus the kids movie.
Yeah. Which you don't get much of that anymore.
No,
So you don't get counter programming much at all.
especially from the same company.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyhow, yeah, no, it's a fun film. I think it's an overlooked Adam Sandler classic. People forget
I do too.
that Adam Sandler's in it, and I think part of it's because he's not the main star. I mean, he is. He's one of the main stars, but it's more of a Damon Wayans vehicle.
Yeah.
You can tell the movie came together. It was before clearly Billy Madison had come out, and which makes you wonder why they didn't try to bank on that a little bit more. I guess, but I don't know.
Thought. And
Maybe the movie just didn't test well because it sounds like they chopped a bunch out and. Yeah.
It really feels like when I was watching, not to harp on that, but like when you're watching it, the beginning of the movie is where they feel like they've edited out a few scenes. After they start going on the run, it feels fine. It flows normal. But that beginning of the movie feels like there's maybe 10 to 15 minutes cut out because the movie total is 1 hour and 25 minutes. That's all it is. I mean, you got to give it that much. I mean,
then it's clearly been butchered.
Yeah, the movie breezes through.
Because this movie's structured to be like now that you say that, I don't even remember it being that short. Because I'm like, these kind of movies are structured usually for like a 145 run.
Mm-hmm.
If that got cut down to that means they must have did a test screening and either tested poorly or because Billy Madison did so well, they're like, cut all that bullshit out in the beginning and get to that fucking Sandler guy faster.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, get there because nobody gives a shit about fucking Damon Wayans.
Yeah, that probably makes sense because most of it is Damon Wayans in the beginning up until he's sent to take Adam Sandler back. And that's when the movie picks up, which isn't not to say that the beginning isn't good. It is good. It's funny. It still works. But I noticed it this time.
You saying that probably makes sense considering when it came out, when it was made. Because I'm sure they shot this before or right around, because I can't remember if he shot this before or after Billy Madison, but obviously it came out after Billy Madison.
Mm-hmm.
But Billy Madison being the hit that it was, I bet you that's what happened. Somebody at the studio was like, cut through that fucking first half hour of that goddamn movie and get to the Sandler shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably left in as much Sandler shit as they could, I bet. Because my guess is his character was probably very secondary in the original version.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably beefed him up quite a bit after that is what happened. And they just left in what they could and cut out as much as they could of the love story and the whole.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Like that is like the first act of the film. And now that you're saying it, because I haven't seen it in a while, it does jump through that so quickly.
It does. Even like you said, like the love story, which I did bring that up, is like Damon Wayans falls in love with the nurse during his rehabilitation, but that's like two seconds. It's just like boom, like that.
Well, you can kind of tell like the focus of the film is supposed to be Damon Wayans, but then when they get back together, and I mean, yes, it's supposed to be this buddy thing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's like a Lethal Weapon buddy cop.
But he's still like the bad guy, in more of a 48 hours kind of thing.
Yeah, you're right. More 48 hours because he's a criminal and everything. It's just like sort of role reversal with the character, which I also found funny. Is like nobody made a deal about is like. Adam Sandler was Saturday Night Live. Damon Wayans was in Living Color from the two sketch comedies. You know, I was like, hey.
I'm sure that's part of the gimmick of how it was sold. Yeah. And while actually, Damon Wayans was on Saturday Night Live as well.
Oh, that's right. He was, wasn't he, in that one season when they.
Yep. Yeah. I can't remember if he quit or he got fired.
Yeah.
But one of the two. Yeah. I think he quit because he was just getting sick and tired of only being in like one skit a show or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember right. I don't think he got fired. I think it was Chris Rock who got, because Chris Rock, I think, quit and then got fired and then came back. Like, he was one of the only ones who's come back like multiple times, I think. Mm-hmm. But other than that, like, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, now that you mentioned it, I think that's why they started in Living Color. Was because
partially, I was going to say,
right?
yeah. Because I think that's what was kind of the inspiration was that, yeah, Damon was getting pissed that he could only get like, because he couldn't get any of his characters on. And he's like, my characters are funnier than any of these fucking other characters. And his brother's like, well, let's just go do our own thing. And Yeah, and Jim Carrey, he also didn't make it on Saturday Night Live. Believe
Yeah,
it or
he
not.
did. I remember I seen his audition tape, I believe, and
Yeah,
he never made it. Yeah.
yeah. Lauren was just like, no, which sucks for them because yeah, I mean,
I mean, look at it. Look, and when he
he just
came and hosted, how big? I remember how big a deal that was when he
one of the
hosted
best
Saturday
Saturday
Night
Night
Live.
Lives ever.
Yeah, it was huge. Everybody watched that episode. Everybody.
The only two decent Saturday Night Lives they've had in the last 20 years have been the Jim Carrey and the Eddie Murphy episode. That's it.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true. I always thought David Wayne had a pretty decent movie career. You know, I mean, he wasn't
Not
like
really.
major, but he was decent. I thought.
I want to say Major Pain is probably one of his biggest hits, and even that was considered. He just never quite made it, and that's why he went to TV. And his TV show was popular, very popular. But no, he just didn't quite catch on with, because I think between Major Pain and this, because like you can tell, this was definitely a vehicle for him, but the shift happened in between there
Oh yeah,
to
you
Adam
can tell.
Sandler.
Yeah.
And it's probably all the money it did make. And between this might have made a little bit more money than Major Pain. I'd have to look. But it probably cost twice as much as Major Pain to make.
Yeah. Oh, I guarantee you, now that you bring that up and after watching it, I guarantee you they chopped this film up to get Adam Sandler more into the movie than him, because it was clear Adam Sandler. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because these action comedies are usually structured at about a 2 hour, hour and 45-minute thing, right? I mean, I know people are like, how can you know? That's just the way they're structured. They know going into these things, and we'll talk a little bit about that maybe later, but I see what you're saying now, and I've never thought of that before, Greg, but I'll watch it here again here soon and check it out. Because isn't Kino supposed to be doing this one soon?
Are they?
I don't know if they're doing 4K, because I think I remember going, why are they just releasing it on Blu-ray again? But I think they're doing a new scan. I could have swore, unless I heard something from somewhere maybe, but I'm pretty sure Kino's the one who are doing it.
I would like some special features. It'd be interesting, because I would
Like
bet,
if there's a work print, then you might be right. Yeah.
yeah, I would bet there's some stuff that they're missing, because like when you watch it, you'll notice it in the beginning.
No,
You'll
I will, I
notice
bet.
it. Yeah, because it breezes. That beginning breezes real
And you're
quick.
probably right. That beginning was probably supposed to be like fucking 35 minutes or so, probably.
It is.
45 minutes, maybe.
And there's one where you can, the one part where you can really tell is when he brings Damon Wayans to meet James Caan, and they're sitting outside at a table, and they think he's a cop and everything, and they check him out, and they, for a wire, and he's not wearing a wire. Then Adam Sandler says, "If this guy's a cop, I'll suck your dick."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was that you said? I remember. I think it was
Yeah.
pretty sure it was.
Then he tries to make
This guy's a cop.
Yeah.
You'll suck my dick?
Yeah. This is your last meal, son. Enjoy it. That's what he tells him. But like after he says that, it cuts real quick to a whole completely to them getting ready to go in and arrest him. Like immediately cuts from there to the police.
I'll have to rewatch this. I have the Blu-ray, but I just
Yeah.
haven't watched it since probably the DVD days. I used to have that on DVDs too.
Yeah.
But I saw it in theaters. I remember seeing it. I remember it was really funny. I remember enjoying it.
Yeah, I still enjoyed it. I still had a fun time with it.
But I didn't watch movies like that back then. Like I didn't sit there going, "Oh, you can tell this is edited to shit."
Me neither. But I guess from like now that we're big cinephiles or whatever you want to call us and stuff, and we watch things and we've edited stuff, you kind of notice it now, and I guess it's kind of a curse of being that way now. But no, it still holds up, I think, and it's still funny, and it still has some really great moments and everything. But yeah, check it out. If you guys not have seen Bulletproof in a long time, check it out. Tom, if you're ready for your next one.
Well, that wasn't the one I was going to do next. I'm not going to do because this goes off of Bulletproof better. Because speaking of James Caan,
there you go.
He's in the first one and a cameo in the second. I picked this up because I do have the big old box set, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that big old box set does not fit on your fucking shelf.
No, it doesn't.
And also, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get the movies in and out of. So last week on a flash sale, Walmart had this on sale for $11.99.
The Godfather trilogy.
Just the 4K set, no fancy bells and whistles. Just the plain Jane cardboard with the first film, second film, coda, and then the other two versions of part 3 in the bonus disc.
And
so it's a nice little concise set. Now, would I rather be plastic and not cardboard? Absolutely. and mine came a little banged up, as you can tell.
I saw that. I noticed that.
But for the price, I hope you grabbed one.
It was sold out. I went to go add it to my cart,
That
and it was
fucking
sold out.
sucks. So I was gonna say I sent it to you like right after I ordered mine.
So you sent it to me. I went there and I went, oh, it's 11, and I went, and so it's sold out. I was like, son of a.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no, yes, James Caan is a great character in the first one there.
Come up and bada bing, you get your blood all over your nice clean suit. Yeah. So yeah, I've been listening to the leave the cannoli or leave the gun, take the cannoli, and of course I've seen The Offer a million times. And when I got this set in, I had just recently watched Godfather, and I didn't bring on the whole thing because I'm like, no sense in it.
Mm-hmm.
So then I finally watched 2 and 3 over the holiday here. And I got to tell you, the first film, I see now what Idealistic Crusader is saying. I don't know how I never noticed this before. The first film is just covered in stale grain or static grain or ghost grain or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck they were doing, why they did it. And it's mainly just the first film for some reason. Because you get to the third film, and the third film, as far as I can tell, looks great. Like, it doesn't look like it's had any manipulation done to it outside of maybe 1 or 2 shots. The second film, less so. Like, there's some shots here and there, some of the darker scenes and some of the darker stuff. But other than that, the second film didn't seem so much. But why, I do not know. Francis decided to do that to the first film. But for all of y'all know, I mean, the Godfather has probably been... I know we joke about Halloween being the most restored film in history, but actually it's probably The Godfather.
Yeah.
In reality, The Godfather has been restored so many times that they even have a making of documentary on here where they talk about how the movie has been damaged so much from how many times it's been quote unquote restored. And this is the first time they've gone back to the negative since some of the original releases, because it's been so jimmy rigged between different versions over the years to kind of cobble together best versions they could. Because I mean, let's face it, guys, initial release, I mean, it sat in theaters for 6-7 years, and then so they kept striking prints. And then after that, it periodically got re-released every 5 to 10 years, right? So
yeah.
And God, I mean, for every home video release, they do a new master.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie has gotten quite a few video releases and DVD releases and Blu-ray releases and now 4K releases over the years. Now, my understanding is this is a whole new scan from the last versions, right, even though that version was a complete 4K restoration at that time, because they used Warner Brothers facilities. Now, this, from my understanding, comes from the 6K scans they did with George Lucas. And again, the third film looks fucking amazking.
Yeah, I've
like
heard
this
that.
time I watching it, I realized and noticed how good the third film looks. The second film looks quite well, but that first film, you see all the suffering. It's why they scrubbed the hell out of it. I do not know why they did what they did. I do not know. Other than George Lucas must have influenced Francis. I don't understand. And part 3, the beauty of part 3 is it's a lot like The Outsiders, where like a good 98% of the film is all negative stock.
Nice.
Like they redid all the fades and the opticals for the titles and all that kind of stuff, to where like a good 90, like I only noticed like 2 or 3 shots, and it's just shots that are for some reason, a B-roll footage.
Mm-hmm.
And it was either because of a crossfade or whatever they just didn't redo. Like the Joey Zaza death shot is for some reason one that sticks out in my brain that was definitely not a negative shot. Maybe that had an optical in it I didn't know about. It could very well have. Like they added something to the bullet splatter or something. I don't know. But yeah.
I do find it funny though that like some of the I know some people do like Godfather Part 3, but I do find it funny that some of these 4K releases, some of the worst of that's considered the worst movies of the franchises, are ones that tend to look the best.
Right? Well, and the thing that sucks about Coda is he had a chance to fix the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Again, we've got a Sam Raimi kind of problem here, where Sam Raimi will sit there and bitch about how the studio forced him to put Venom in part 3. It's like, motherfucker, that's not the problem.
Yeah.
The problem was you retconned Uncle Ben's fucking
so much
death with Sandman. It's kind of the same thing here. He's like, he doesn't realize that the problem is his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, motherfucker, I hate to tell you this, you got to cut her out of the movie as much as possible. And not only that, if you can work around her subplot, get it the fuck out. Because
Yeah.
I've watched it and you can almost cut it out, but there's got to be some dialogue bits here. And you could do it. You could do it. Make it very easily. Just need a couple dialogue snippets here and there. And the best part is it's from behind this. And now with AI, I could maybe even do it myself. Because I'm watching the movie like this time with like fine tooth comb going, yep, you could cut that out. You could cut out that whole fucking section where she comes and visits him at the fucking building there when, you know, and all that shit. You just got to come out, trim. Anything that's referring to their love thing. And the worst part is you'd have to come up with a clever way to cut together where he sends Andy Garcia off to talk to supposedly betray, you know, Michael, right?
Right.
Because the hook of it is that I won't let you be with my daughter. Like you got to come up with something else there that I still think you can work. Maybe you can even just cut around it, right? Like otherwise, if you could just have like, I would even have Al Pacino just to have come in and recorded like, because you're the bastard child of the family, I won't accept you. You know what I mean? Like that's all you got to say is something like that, just to fill in that line, something that's believable enough for the other guys to believe why Andy Garcia's character would turn or would have a problem with, because just leave the daughter shit out. It is so stupid, and it's there for no good reason. And so I wouldn't care if it was Winona Ryder. Yes, she's a much better actress. Yes, it was, but it doesn't fucking matter. It would still suck.
Yeah,
because it's pointless. Why do you have it here?
I mean, the acting might have been better with her, but it definitely wasn't going to fix the movie.
Well, because the true story here should be between the father and the daughter and the mother, because the triangle is the love triangle part of it is it's not a sexual triangle, right? It's this triangle of the son has already rejected the father, but the daughter, she still thinks that there's something in the father that the mother and the son don't see, that she can actually see that nobody else can. She thinks he's this good man inside. And so her fault and what causes the whole downfall is that she refuses to turn away from her father, even though everybody else has. And Kay throughout the film is starting to see these things, right? Like by the time they get to Italy, she's starting to see these things again. And that's where she starts to get confused. But that's the other side of this is you never once have Michael bring up the fact that she killed their fucking kid.
Right.
Like, you talk about all the politicians and the horrible people that I've killed in my lifetime, but not once did you stop to think about the innocent life that you took. Like, how is that scene not in this fucking movie?
Exactly.
You, Kay, are a fucking hypocrite. That's the scene that's missing from this movie. Well, that's what he needs to say to her.
It is.
You talk about how horrible I am. Well, what have you done? Right? Like, and that's what the movie should be. Is it's not about Michael's redemption. We all know Michael, there is no redeeming Michael. And he needs to lose his daughter because that is his heart, right? But you don't give a fuck about her. Exactly. By the time she gets shot, you're like, good. Fine, bitch.
Get her off the TV.
Get her off the screen. Because that is the most powerful shot in the movie. Because, you know, and that's why it should, I agree with Francis Ford Coppola, be called The Death of Michael Corleone and not The Godfather 3, is he doesn't die until it's a natural death. That's the catch, right? He dies the night he loses his daughter.
Yeah.
But you have to make her this thing that is so precious to him that everything and anything that he does now has to do with her. And, you know, that tragic, we all know that beat through the film has to be that he's going to fucking lose her. He's going to fucking lose her. We don't know how yet, but he's going to, because that's the one thing we know that could destroy him.
Yep.
And he even says it in the movie. When they come at you at your weak points and they come at what you love. Because they don't come directly at you. That's what he's trying to say to Andy Garcia, which is the whole reason. Like, I get the tragedy of it, but if that's the case, then you make Andy Garcia not a fucking family member. Exactly. You just make it a fucking problem that he's a part of the family, right? That he's a mobster and that Michael doesn't want his daughter to be a part of that.
Right.
And then in that, he can see YK, right? I'm rewriting this movie and making it a much better film, but otherwise, that's the problem. Because otherwise, the rest of this movie's perfect. That's the shit I love about this movie. And this is the shit that people overlook. Is the whole thing with the fucking the Pope, the whole behind the scenes bullshit, because Francis took that from real life.
Yeah.
Like, and I've said this to people before too, and And that's why, like, Charlie Bluthorn, the guy who ran Gulf and Western, told him about this fucking behind the scenes deal that was going down that was all. And he took that from that story and he waited till after Charlie was dead and he put it into Godfather 3. And that's why he says, you know, it's dedicated to Charlie. Yeah. And even in the book, he's like, I don't know if Charlie will appreciate it or not, but. So like, that's what I love about the movie is all the stuff that's going on with the mob in the Vatican and all that kind of stuff. And the whole cover story with the whole deal where Michael wants to go legit. But then the moment all the other mobsters learn about this, they want to, you know, they want in to cleanse their money and all this shit, you know, and it's got this really great fucking scene that they steal in Into Darkness, Star Trek Into Darkness.
Yeah.
Whenever I talk about that, I bring up that point that they steal the best scene in The Godfather, where all these, you know, mobsters are in that scene where they're talking about they want in on this deal. And you got Michael just kind of sitting there and all of a sudden he realizes, oh shit, there's a lot of important people in one place at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Something bad is about to go down. And Joey Zaza just took off.
Yeah.
Pissed. And then the helicopter comes in. Mm. And it's that really great scene where basically everybody gets fucking killed except for Michael and a couple others. And then from there, it's to figure out who fucked us. Right. Yeah. Like, and it's a great fucking play the way it plays out. But again, that stupid story, and it doesn't even need to be there. Right. It doesn't need to fucking be there. Mm-hmm. There's already enough shit to hang the movie on that it's enough there that she kind of needs to almost be this thing that Michael keeps kind of so preciously away from the world, you know, so like we shouldn't see a lot of her, if that makes sense.
Right.
And the only times we should see her is when she's doting on her father and he's doting on her, and giving her this love story with Andy Garcia makes absolutely no sense. Because I don't give a shit if I was the godfather or not. If I had a daughter and she's dating her first cousin, you better believe I'm blowing my fucking gasket.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, that is...
Your fucking kids are going to come home buck-toothed and cross-eyed, woman!
That's another part of it. Just is like, why? Oh, good night, Psych. Good night, your daddy. Have a good one and Happy New Year, man. Thank you for sticking with us.
Well, and then you got the other... Yeah, take care. Then you got, like, what's-her-face from the Fonda kid, Bridget Fonda, whose character just gets totally fucking tossed off to the side and never brought up again. That's what the movie is weird. It almost feels like at some point Francis is like, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm not going to have you get with Bridget Fonda. I'm going to have you fuck my daughter.
Yeah, that's one of the worst parts.
That's the way the movie feels. And I get it. They're doing it because they're trying to show that he's just as much of a ladies' man as his father is. Mm-hmm. But, you know, like, and at the end of the day, I mean, I want to see a part 4 now when Andy Garcia is older, especially seeing him in Landman. And there's kind of a similar kind of thing going on in Landman with where he's trying to legitimize himself through the oil business. And I brought this up to my buddies that we were talking about it with. I'm like, it's kind of funny that they got Andy Garcia playing this role and the whole kind of plot line is similar to Godfather 3. So I wonder if there's going to be a hook to that. But, you know, just seeing him in that older kind of role, I'm like, God, I would love to see another Godfather with Andy. Like, it'd be kind of great and kind of get past this other bullshit from before. But
yeah. I think James Caan was cast. Yeah. I mean, I know he's cast in Michael Corleone, but I don't think he would have worked. I think he works good for the role he plays. So.
What do you mean? Oh,
like the question.
Yeah, no, he's no Michael. Definitely not a Michael. Just like De Niro couldn't have played him.
Yeah, De Niro.
So for those who don't know, De Niro was one of Coppola didn't want James Caan to play Sonny. That was actually something he gave to Bob Evans as penance for Al Pacino, because it was basically either you get Al Pacino for Michael or I get and I get Sonny as James Caan as a casting, or you can have Bob De Niro, and you know, then you take whoever the fuck I give you for Michael, because they wanted anybody but Al Pacino for some reason, and this has never been explained. Bob Evans had a fucking hard-on against Al Pacino. Like you wouldn't fucking believe. And that's one thing they show in The Offer that is, I guess, fairly accurate for some reason. You would think he stole a girl from him or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess they never met. They had no real... I guess it was just because he thought he was short, stout, and not intimidating, and not for this role was mainly what it was. He He thought he was more of a comedian or something like that, I guess.
Which
And I mean,
is
the
weird.
famous story was how basically Al Pacino didn't even have this role until he was already shooting the movie, because the studio was ready to replace him. I mean, if you haven't seen The Offer, check it out. That movie doesn't even tell you, or show doesn't even tell you half of what went down behind the scenes. But I mean, the shit that fucking Al Pacino went through to do this movie, because they pushed up the scene where he kills Sollozzo and those guys in the restaurant, so that he could show the studio that Al Pacino could do it. Otherwise, they were ready to recast him.
Yeah.
They did not want him in the role. They even thought about, like, even Stallone got close to being in this. He was close to playing Sonny at one point.
I don't know if I could have saw that, but I mean, I could get it though.
Well, you got to remember where he was age-wise at the time and all that kind of shit. And he's Italian, as can fucking be.
Yep. It's true. You guys.
James Caan is not Italian at all.
No.
But
he
what James
fits,
Caan
though.
did is he grew up with a bunch of these guys. And that's where it's funny, is that he, and this is what I was saying, I think last week, is it's funny is that he invented, because we were talking about Elf or whatever, is that he invented a lot of those words, or pretty much heard them.
Bada bing and all that.
Bada bing and all that kind of stuff. Like, he brought that shit to the vernacular. If he didn't bring it to the vernacular, at least he brought it to the masses, right? And all that stuff was him. Just flat out him. He was the most Italian one of the group, and he wasn't even Italian. And he was the one hanging out with all the real mobsters and shit all the time.
Go figure. Go figure.
Oh, James Caan's got a history. I mean, he's kind of a tough guy. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, we've talked about him a few times, but I mean, of course, the biggest disappointment that everybody has about Part 3 is that Coppola just wouldn't pony up that extra $1 million that Robert Duvall wanted to play Tom Hagen. But you watch the movie, and I'm still curious what Hagen would have actually really been able to do in the movie. Because I mean, George Hamilton doesn't really do much.
Yeah,
in
he
the
does.
movie.
He does. And
he's really fulfilling that role. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a weird casting choice too. George Hamilton for Robert Duvall.
Well, it's just they just took his bit and they just gave it to a new lawyer. I mean, I'm sure there was some other personal stuff that was in there that was removed, but I just don't feel like the movie misses him overall, I guess was my point.
Yeah, you're not
because
wrong.
Hagen is one of those characters where it even says in the original book where he even knew that his limit of where he was going to, he made it beyond where he thought he was ever going to make it in the mob. So he was very content in his place. So by this point, he probably would have retired anyway. He wouldn't have been Michael's consigliere anymore anyhow. So
yeah. Oh, well, good choice. I honestly wish I could have got it, because I did go to, it's like, as soon as you sent that link and I saw the price, I clicked on it and it was like, like immediately it was sold out. It's like everybody got to it before I could. And that happens to me all the damn time. So I wish I could have got it at that time. But
yeah. Well, and this is a great set. I mean, if it ever goes on sale again, you guys
I'll
should pick it
definitely
up.
get it.
I
Definitely.
mean, granted, considering how the first movie looks, it's still the best the movie has ever looked. I mean, on that part. Now, I don't frankly have the Blu-rays anymore to compare it to. I must have got rid of them, which I'm kind of pissed about. I used to have the DVD set too. I don't know what I did with it. But yeah, it's sad that I know Coppola said he never would do a part 4 since Puzo died, but he's even made it very clear he does not have the right to make that choice.
Yeah.
He's just lucky Paramount, at least at this point, won't make another one without him.
And hopefully they don't get to the point where they want to remake the first one.
Yeah, I'd be more worried about that.
That's what I'd be worried
Because
about.
that's one where, you know, and I'm actually listening to the audiobook right now, which is cool because Joe Mantegna does the reading of it, who played
Nice.
Joey Zazo. It's just funny.
Yeah.
But, so, you know, you actually got Fat Tony doing The Godfather.
Nice.
You can tell he's doing everything he can to avoid doing the Fat Tony
like
voice.
Yeah.
Everything he can to avoid doing the Fat Tony voice, and when he's doing The Godfather, he's doing everything he can not to mimic Brando.
Yeah.
Because he does his own version, kind of like this. It's like, oh, you're trying so hard not to.
Yeah. I don't want to be Fat Tony.
And don't do Fat Tony. Yeah, he never has gotten down to Fat Tony yet. You know, he's always keeping it up here so far.
Yeah.
I do a pretty good Joe Montana. I know. It's like, 'cause he's got one of those voices that's just very recognizable. Once you hear it, you're just like, yep, that's fucking Joe Montana. What I love is he's talked about how like Fat Tony's the character he's played the longest too. He's played it now for over 20 plus years or whatever. So
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. Eh,
he's one of the most reoccurring characters on The Simpsons too, as far as like guest stars, because you have your day player version characters, you know, that are done by the other guys, but then you have like Albert Brooks characters and Fat Tony and a couple other that are kind of like the Steve Martin of Simpsons, right? Like
Right.
they've hosted, you know, how Steve Martin and John Goodman have hosted like more shows than anybody. They're kind of that kind of guys over there. So yeah. Anyway, that being said, no, like I love these movies. I could quote them on the daily. I mean, who doesn't quote them? And I love pointing out all the time that people quote part 3 without even realizing it, because that's the one that people quote quite a bit.
I think that's what
they're
people
quoting
were
the
always
first
watching
two.
on TV. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, no, it just has like just when I get out, they pull me back in.
Yeah.
You know, and all that kind of stuff. And it's got a couple of those great lines. So yeah.
Nice. All right. I got 2 left. Do you want to do another one before I do mine, or do you want to wait? Because I got 2, and I think you got 3.
I do have 3 left.
So like, I could
if
do
you
one
want me to
now.
do an extra one now, I can, I guess. Semi-ish related, not ish, but not really, kind of, sort of.
Okay.
This was a William Friedkin movie I had no idea existed.
Oh.
And now I know why. He even talked about it for like a paragraph or 2 in his book. Maybe a page tops. I mean, there might be a little bit in there, but not much. He didn't talk much about it. It's really quick, and that's how I learned about it, was his book. But in between doing, I believe, Sorcerer and Cruisin', I think. Or did he? No, he did Cruisin' first, and then he did this. And then I don't know what he did after. But anyhow, doesn't matter. The movie in question is The Brink's Job. I doubt you've never even fucking heard of it.
Yeah, I've never heard of this.
It feels like it should be a fucking TV movie. And
that-
it is. You can kind of tell he's just kind of lost. He's just like, I need a story to tell. And there's kind of half of a interesting. It's half baked. It's really hard to watch. It's.
Was that Columbo in there?
It is Peter Falk, and he said, and that's one of the things he says in his book about it, is that Peter just could not drop Columbo.
Oh man!
And he needed him to be like a wise guy, you know, is what he needed, because he's like the head of this. Basically, it sounds like the story, and this is probably the only reason it made it into his book. The stories behind the movie are more interesting than the fucking movie itself. The movie is the true story of how these guys broke into the Brinks, safe.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And stole, I think it was $2.7 million. And to this day, most of it still hasn't been recovered. And all of them did a little time for the job, but they became more famous just for pulling it off than anything. And by the time they made the movie, Brinks had, you know, gotten a sense of humor about it, so they allowed them to use all the Brinks stuff, and they even shot it where it happened and all this other kind of stuff. But yeah, he was just kind of talking about how the movie just ended up flopping and it was a mess, and Peter Falk couldn't drop the Columbo accent, and the guys who actually pulled the heist kept stealing shit. And the funniest part, and this is what I'm saying, like the story behind the movie is more interesting than the movie itself. They boosted the movie at one point.
That's a movie in and of itself.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and this is the only reason it's in the fucking book. You can tell, because it's more interesting than the movie itself. Is they thought they stole the negative, and they still to this day don't know who did it, but they're pretty fucking sure it was the main 2 guys that Peter Falk and Peter Boyle play, or whatever it was in the movie. Because they actually had these guys work with them as far as consultants, and I think they even pop up in the movie as cameos, kind of like he did with French Connection. You could tell he was trying to kind of do a comedy version of French Connection, is what he's trying to do. Friedkin can't do comedy.
I could see
that's
that.
his limits. Funny things can happen in his movies as long as other people pull them off. He himself, though, this was not working as a comedy / whatever the fuck it was supposed to be. I think he did it, Bryant, because he had nothing better to do, and that's kind of what he says in the book. And he even says that I have never had the drive or will to make a movie. Every movie I've ever made has come to me. Even Cruising, it took him a while to get around to. Like, he turned it down at first, and then it came back around and stuff like that. But yeah, this movie is probably one of his worst. And it's not like it's a bad movie. It's like you can tell he's trying to make a decent movie, but it's just half-baked. They just needed another rewrite. The characters aren't really well defined. But anyway, back to the initial story. So these guys thought they stole the negative, so they called the studio and they're ransoming off the negative for the Brinks job.
Right.
They wanted, I don't remember how much, $1 million. And of course, Friedkin and everything is like, fuck them, it was the work print. So they make this, but of course, they had to seize on the opportunity. So Universal made this big, huge deal in the press about how
these guys stole it.
the movie was stolen, and they didn't know if it actually get shown by release date. No, you can't. I can't understand how that didn't work in the movie's favor.
Yeah,
right? You would think this would be a movie that, then it had this big, huge opening because even the movie itself got fucking boosted.
Yeah.
But of course, the movie came out without a hitch because the negatives were safe in the vault. Because as William points out, you only touch the negative once,
right?
After it's been put away, it gets put away. You do your dailies, and from there, you take from your dailies, you make a work print. The work print gets refined and refined and refined and refined and refined and refined until they make the final cut, and that final cut then gets the sound mix done to it, and that final cut then gets handed off to specialists who handle the negative. One last time normally until any kind of restorations are done to cut it and conform it to that work print version that's now a final cut. And then they strike a print from that, and from there on out, they do not touch it from there on out. They strike like 3 versions of it or whatever, and a reversal print or whatever you call it, where they do the different colors for safety, and then they put it away. So at no point is it ever in like a public setting, which is funny because and I say that, but then going back to The Godfather, because they did a lot of the restoration during COVID.
Oh,
there's images, like not images, there's video of the guy who's doing part of the restoration, like literally putting negative cans in his car for Godfather 3 because he's taking it to wherever he's going back in his house to work. He's like, this shit's unprecedented. This would never happen.
Never would happen.
Never. And he's like, do you realize the what I have in the back of my car now is priceless, basically? Like, this is the negative for Godfather 3. Like,
oh, good old COVID era. But no, I would absolutely love to see a film about the hijacking of the Brinks Job movie. That would be a great film.
That sounds more like a better. Not much happened though, like I said, because they just played it up more so in the press. And like William said, well, fuck them. They ain't got shit.
Yeah.
They got some crappy work print they stole out of my fucking car. Yeah. You know, like,
it'd be like a great Fox Searchlight movie when Fox was Fox.
And he's like, and we know who did it. Like, come on. Like, and you can see, he's like, he basically makes out like these guys had to be some of the worst crooks in history. Like,
well, they did get caught, so
obviously, but they never found the money. So,
well, they had money. I guess they were a little smarter than I don't even know they're back.
I mean, it has its moments. It's not a bad movie. It's got a good cast. I mean, Paul Sorvino's really good in it. As he's real young. Warren Oates is in it as well. Like I said, Peter Boyle and Peter Falk are the two mains. It kind of drags in some spots. It doesn't really have a cohesive narrative, and that's part of where Williams, he can't do a movie like that. He wasn't ready yet, I think, because I mean, he was always just kind of faking it till he was making it, and the motherfucker come out the door and made 2 of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah, right after the gate.
Like, I mean, what are the odds? And now one of them is still one of those, not just, career defining films, but film defining films with The Exorcist. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of movie that changed shit. Like, even The French Connection to a point did, right? Like, I mean, but he was a type of filmmaker who found his niche at this time. Basically, like, the guy who invented punk.
Oh, yeah.
Like, can you imagine being that guy? Like, knowing you started that shit and now you're what you invented is kind of going out of style. And that's kind of what this movie was. You can tell he's a punk rocker trying to do a pop album.
I get you.
Or a country album even, or something. You know what I mean? Something mainstream that just isn't quite jiving for him. And had this been like just some throwaway TV movie, I think he'd have been happier, because otherwise you could tell he doesn't like that he made this movie. If anything, you can tell it's one of the movies he's most disappointed about.
Right.
Just
Makes
how
sense.
it turned out.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, and it was funny because as soon as I heard about it, I'm like, dollars to donuts. I bet you Kino Lorber put this match.
I bet they did, didn't they?
Of course.
Nice.
But not
Good
a
old
special
Kino.
feature. It's the only one of his. Oh, there's a commentary by a historian. A couple of historians. But again, I think this is one of the only ones he's never done a commentary for. So, like, he kind of acts like this movie doesn't exist aside from bringing it up in his book.
It's just like, I brought it up there, I mentioned it, move on.
Pretty much. And it's not even that bad. It's just not that good.
Kind of meh.
Like I said, if this was a TV movie, like, Carpenter's Elvis movie or something like that.
Yeah.
But like, you know what? For a TV movie, it's top notch, top line. Plus, I mean, I think it's, it would have got cut down a little bit too, which would have helped. Because it's 104 minutes. So if it would have been a TV movie, it would have been like 95.
Yeah. Well,
And I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
no, go ahead. Go finish.
No, that's it. I have really little to say about it because, like, there was times where I found myself really drifting, which is a
Gotcha.
first for a Friedkin film. And I can't say I love every one of Friedkin movies I've seen, but I've never drifted. Even
Right.
Sorcerer, I was lost for a little bit, like going, what the fuck is going on? I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I can't take my eyes away from the screen. And not only that, he's an audible. That's the other thing that's missing here. This is weird. His first movie he does in mono, for fuck's sake. And I'm just sitting here going, like, there's no audible anything going on here. And Friedkin is a very, like, when it comes to his soundtracks, very, like, that was the thing about Sorcerer that really kind of kept me engaged. Was he knew how to, especially with The Exorcist too, was draw you in with the soundtrack, even with just random noises and stuff you don't always necessarily know what they are. It's just something about them, either primal or comforting or jarring or whatever it is. He's a very avant-garde filmmaker who's not aware that he's avant-garde. And this is just not his domain,
Not his
I guess.
forte.
Not at all. And it just didn't work overall. And I hate saying it because he's one of my favorites. And I'm trying to get through his filmography, if you couldn't tell. Because there is patches that I have to fill in.
I feel you. Like, speaking of which, is like, so what I'm going to bring up next, I'm kind of in a mood for some of his movies. Not the director's movie, but you'll see when I bring it on.
Go for it. I'm done. I have nothing else to really say about it. So, yeah.
Speaking of, like, high-profile avant-garde directors and everything, I watched The Shining.
The Shining!
The
You
Shining
don't want to
boy.
get sued, do you, boy?
The Shining boy. No, I'm kind of like on a Stephen King. The Stephen King thing.
Oh, I love The Shining. That's
I
one of
love
those
The Shining,
movies.
too.
Kind of like the Exorcist and Godfather. If it's on, like what it used to be on TNT and shit or whatever, you're flipping through. It's getting finished.
Yeah. Right? I mean, like, you cannot take your eyes off of this movie.
Until
no
you
matter
see
what.
Jack frozen. Yeah.
You cannot take your eyes. Hey, Christmas, yeah, but this is a winter movie. Hey, just because it's Christmas don't mean I can't watch horror movies.
You know, I half-assed. I wish I had. There was kind of like this weird thing where I almost watched this movie because,
Really?
as you know, I've been kind of doing this anti-Christmas thing this year. Even though there is a big Christmas scene in the first Godfather, I watched it like almost a month ago. I brought that up.
There you go.
No, but anyway, like that being said, like, yeah, no, I thought about watching this for that reason. There's that winter isolation thing in it. If anybody who's from the upper Midwest, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
But no, that's one of the reasons I'm kind of in the mood right now for Stephen King movies, and winter horror, sort of a little bit. I'm kind of in the mood for some of that stuff. I
Like The
almost
Thing
watched
in this.
Misery. Almost watched
Oh,
Misery.
Misery is another good one.
Yeah, but I didn't. But no, The Shining, you're right. This is a movie you just literally cannot take your eyes off of this movie. It is so engrossing. Speaking of sound, the sound and the music in this in general is just like,
Yeah.
I'm like the music and the grandiose, like the sound, and like even when Danny's riding his little tricycle through the hotel, and he's on the wood flooring, and you hear the and he gets on the carpet and it goes quiet, and it gets
Yeah,
quiet.
Friedkin and Kubrick are
Great.
a lot alike in that respect. Yeah.
Yes, great sound design. Great, just like it's so much. It's just so great isolation in winter, and it's just I don't know, man. This movie is great.
So, what's your assessment of the movie?
About like
Because
what
you know
is
the
what
big
is it?
debate with King and whether like he hates the fucking movie.
I think it's better than his not King's.
Like I can't
novel.
believe the irony of irony. Motherfucker who made Maximum Overdrive has the balls to say Kubrick fucked my story
Right.
up.
This is where I'm at with like Stephen King. Okay, the guy personally I don't like anymore. Personally, because he's done lost his Cheerios. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's
But-
lost a hell of a lot more than his Cheerios.
He's lost a lot. I'm at, but where I'm at now is like some of his movies, like the movies are better than his books. Plain and simple, they are. They kind of fix things, especially when you get somebody like Kubrick doing The Shining and seeing what The Shining can be and what it should be. I definitely think his movie is better than the book, and not saying that the book is bad. It's a good book, but the movie is so much better. And like Tom said, like the guy, I love Maximum Overdrive. Don't get me, I absolutely love Maximum Overdrive. It's coke-filled Stephen King at his fucking craziest. But like, come on, dude, you're going to tell me that your TV version with what's his name from Wings?
That's
is
like
better
Ed Wood
than
going. That's like Ed Wood going. You know, I didn't really care for Citizen Kane.
this?" Right?
I-
Exactly.
I thought he could do a little bit better. It's like, motherfucker, who are you talking about? Kubrick, one of the masters with a capital M, took your story and said, look at this little story here. Because you got to remember also who Stephen King was at this fucking time, too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he was known, but he wasn't Stephen fucking King yet. This
Yeah,
is
he
one of the
wasn't
movies
that.
that made him Stephen fucking King.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that is just so, like, I don't care if you don't like it. You don't say shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, you know what? That movie's great. I love it. It's awesome. It helped make my career. And
Mhm.
you secretly fucking hate it because you know what? Stanley fucking Kubrick had the presence of mind to grace you with that. Kind of like De Palma. Like, you have, who else in their life could say that shit? My career was started by Brian De Palma taking my little fucking story about a bitch getting her period
Right. And made Carrie.
and made me a fucking star off it. And then fucking Kubrick solidified me. Like, if anything, it was because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen King became Stephen King, like the guy to watch. Like,
The guy to read, the guy.
if you weren't alive in the 80s, you don't know what we're talking about. Like, he
Mhm.
was the guy. Like, there was nobody bigger than Stephen King as far as authors go. Maybe Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But no, the 4K looks great. It's got great documentary on here and everything. I don't like the poster art on this one. I wish I had better poster art.
Poor
but-
poster art, yeah.
Yeah,
But The Shining is also another one of those that suffered from never having a real good. What is it with Jack Nicholson movies? And this is not. No, I'm not kidding. Like, all of his movies, some of them have the worst or plainest or dumbest or just
Yeah, the artwork.
like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Like, some of them you couldn't even tell one apart from the other than the fact that he's dressed like a cop in this one and he's not in this one.
Not in this one. He's got an axe. So you got that. But no, I love this. And to be honest with you, one of the things that spurred also on to watch this is because I did watch that Welcome to Derry show. I did watch that. And the character of Dick Halloran is in that. Is in Welcome to Derry.
People keep pushing it. I'm gonna have to watch it, I guess.
It does.
I gotta
get better.
rewatch it because I've only watched it chapter 2 once.
I know, me too, and I hated it.
I liked the ending, and that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't love it. I just said, okay, it's better than the book.
Yeah. The TV series does. You have to get to like the fourth episode, which that's like most TV shows where like once you get to like the fourth episode, it starts to pick up and everything. There's a few things I didn't like about it, is like some of the modern day messaging, and I'm not talking about the racist stuff because racist stuff is in the book with the black spot and everything. That's all in the book.
Okay, here's my question:
Trumpisms being forced, like make America dairy, which is literally said in the show, and like I cringed so hard.
Well, here was my question with that, because like here's my thing with that. Is all the phenomena related to Pennywise, or is it unrelated?
It's all related to Pennywise.
Okay, I was gonna say maybe it'll be a little better, because like that was my thing at first. I'm like, this town already had Pennywise, and if you got all this other shit going on, that was already kind of this quiet, unsaid thing. Like you get to this point where it's like, okay, so this shit's happening so often, so much. You get to a point where you're just kind of like, huh.
Yeah.
So hopefully, because like the first episode, I watched like the first 8 minutes, and that little bat creature thing flying around, and I'm just like, okay, I'm done, and I shut it off.
The CGI in the show is really bad. Actually,
that was kind of what turned me off too.
It's really bad.
And you already know my feelings on this version of Pennywise, and that's my problem with it. So.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's the greatest thing of all times, but I did actually find myself getting into it and liking it more than I thought I would. So I did enjoy it.
Castle Rock show sounded like a good idea, but I heard that went off a woke cliff too.
You know what's funny is like I didn't bring it on, but I've been watching the first season of Castle Rock. I have been watching it, but I haven't finished it, so it takes me a while to watch TV shows. But anyways, like the character of Dick Halloran is in that, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to watch.
Well, yeah, that was the whole point, because The Shining is a kind of
is a big part
of the world that is built, especially with the fake towns, and there's a lot of characters who have The Shining, for instance, and stuff like that. So
yeah, but like that's something I hated with the prequel is like. Dick Halloran's character is really freaking cool in that show. He's like one of the best characters in the show. And then you watch The Shining and you're like, that's why I hate prequels because you made this character so cool and badass. And then you see him in The Shining and it's like, oh, well, so much for fighting an interdimensional evil kid eating clown. And you get chopped in the stomach with an axe. But anyway.
Well, that was a Kubrick thing because that he didn't get killed in the book.
Yeah,
that was one of the things that pissed him off. But see,
if I remember,
doesn't
he get something much worse happen to him in the book? If I remember correctly,
no, he doesn't even get killed in the book. I don't think.
I think he
does. He?
I think he does.
I don't think he.
Tyrell, Brian, Double Fat, somebody.
I was gonna say because my whole memory of that was one of the reasons that King was pissed because, and this is my understanding, is that he brings him in just so he has somebody for Jack to kill.
Which just does suck because he does feel like he's going to be the hero, and then all of a sudden...
Well, that was kind of like, it was almost a psycho moment in the movie. And I get why Kubrick did it, because you go through this whole thing, and people complain about it. It's like, no, that's exactly why you do it. Because you are set up with this expectation that this guy's going to swoop in and save the day. But no, he gets axed off right away because nobody is fucking safe.
Yeah, nobody's safe. But in a way...
But that's just my take on it. But yeah, I thought that was I could be wrong, though.
Yeah, but I have to. It's been a while since I've actually read the books.
So I think like they just compromised with Dr. Sleep by making, since it's technically a quote but not a quote unquote prequel to The Shining. I think in the book I don't know if he's a spirit in the book. I think he's just there. And then in the movie he's a spirit.
Yeah, because it's sort of a sequel, too.
Well, it's a prequel.
I thought it was a sequel.
Or a sequel, I mean. Yeah, sorry, you're right. Sequel. Did I say prequel? I mean,
prequel.
Yeah, because he's there. I think he's just there in the book. I think he's just there because he doesn't die. Because I don't think he comes back in the book. I think he's just...
kind of there. It's been, like I said, it's been a while. If somebody remembers what happened to his character in the book, please let us know, because it's been a while. But no, in a way, Halloran does sort of save the day in a way, regardless of when he does get killed, because Jack destroys the thing, their card. What the hell was that thing called? With the things on it so they can drive up and down the mountain in the snow. He makes that where she can't drive that. But Dick brings up his, because he has a guy outfit him one so he can get up there, and that's the Danny and Wendy getting that and get away at the end when they get away from Jack. So he, in a way, he does sort of save that. Okay, so there you go. Thank you, Mike. In the book, he is injured, but he does survive. Okay, thank you, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate that because I could not remember. It's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah, the snowcat. Thank you. The snowcat. Yeah. I couldn't remember. I just watched it too, and I was like, "What the hell is that called?" But no, as far as this movie goes, I absolutely love this movie. It is so creepy. It is so eerie. It is beautifully shot. The 4K does look pretty decent on it. I love in my opinion, I personally think I know it's built on like an Indian burial ground, which I think there's some stuff to that, but I also personally think the house itself is also an entity, right? And it's collecting people. And if you ever notice, like when Jack, like all this starts to go really, really bad when Jack gets to the bar and nobody's there and he sits down and he goes, "I would sell my soul for a beer." And then that's when Lloyd shows up. And then like the next time he goes in there, Lloyd tells him, "Your money's no good here," even though after he supposedly didn't have money, and then he comes back and he's got the money, which is all like, and it's still like all the same. I love that. It's just like you could talk about this movie, everything goes on, but like when Lloyd tells him, "Your money's no good here, sir," it comes from the higher up. So like he sold his soul is what I'm getting from that.
Is more what it is.
Yeah. So like, and plus, like he's always been there and everything like that and all that. And yeah, they changed the room number. It's the 217 in the book.
Well, isn't that the whole
237 in the movie?
Well, yeah, but isn't that like part of King's whole gripe? Was that in the book it is supposed to be all this supernatural thing that happens, and in the movie. To Kubrick, he's like, it's obviously supernatural because, like you just said, I think that scene is proof of that. But there's this whole like lingering question of, is Jack just this fucking abusive alcoholic?
Yes.
And King didn't like that.
No.
From my understanding, if I remember correctly. And that was one thing where I'm like, why do you have such a problem? Like, to me, that's better for a movie audience because you can't quite explore the same kind of ideas and things you can in a book. And even if that part isn't in the book, honestly, I don't know if I've ever read the Shining book. Because the movie is so fucking good.
It is so good.
And it's Kubrick, right? Like, I mean,
right,
again,
yeah.
like,
I don't think I've seen that documentary. I'm gonna have to watch it.
I did years and years and years ago, so it's been a long time since I've seen it. But like, to me, like, I don't mind that because it adds that air of, is this really happening or is this guy nuts? But I think the fact that Danny and like you said, what's his face has The Shining.
Dick Halloran, they both.
Yeah,
have
I think that answers your fucking question, and I think the picture at the end is an answer to that question. I think it all is very obviously there's a supernatural element at force. Yeah.
Whether it's Native American, whether it's the devil, whether it's the house, the hotel is a thing. I think it's all of the above. So, yeah.
Sorry, he didn't like that he was so ambiguous about it. No, that's all I was going to say. Yeah. And to me, I'm like, I don't think it's that ambiguous. It's just, it feels ambiguous throughout the film because why would you want to make it so on the nose? Because otherwise you're just sitting there going, because that takes all hope away from the audience at that point. Because as a storyteller, and I think some people don't think about these like fundamental little things sometimes when it comes to this stuff, is like, if you automatically say, yeah, it's a supernatural element, that takes all hope away right away. Because at some point, if you're thinking, oh, this guy is just having maybe just a psychotic crack from being a fucking alcoholic and being isolated, then maybe there's a chance this guy could be brought back from the brink. But once you add that supernatural element to it, you realize there is no going back.
Yeah.
And then I like how the movie gradually builds and builds and builds and builds up to that. Because even the scene you're talking about is at first you could even just, oh, that's just him and his delusions.
Yeah.
His alcoholic delusions. And you can, that's the beauty of the movie, is it bounces to this thing back and forth between is it not, is it not. And my point is like, I don't think that by the end of the film, most people, I don't think, unless you guys out there disagree with me, you're thinking, oh, this is clearly just some alcoholic craze. No, the fact that he's in the picture at the end, all the shit that happened, the Shining existing, that to me tells me it is a supernatural element. There was no going back from it, but you have to give the audience something.
Yeah,
right?
You got to give them some. Yeah. And I think Stephen King said he wanted John Voight to be Jack in the movie.
For fuck's sake!
Because like he's supposed to come off as a good family man in the beginning, and then the further you get into it,
that's another reason why he doesn't like it. Yeah, that reminds me because it's he's like, well, Jack, is crazy. It's like, well, fuck, duh. Like,
It's true. But if you do watch the movie, Jack Nicholson doesn't come in all Jack Nicholson in the beginning of the movie. Yeah, he's sort of Jack Nicholson, but he seems like a normal family man in the beginning.
he's kind of a prick in a way, too.
He's just kind of like a little. He kind of
that's
like a
kind of
dad. Like a
that's
dad.
kind of the
70s.
weirdness. And you kind of need it because Jack is one of those guys where, unlike Voight, like, yes, I get where King's coming from, but Jack can play. Once like Voight goes bad, there's no coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Jack, like I just said, kind of like the whole point I was just making with giving the audience, hope. Jack is the type of guy that you can like, even when he's at his worst. Right? I mean, look at some of his most memorable characters, even in like the Joker, The Departed, stuff like that. Those are very bad people, but we like them because Jack has charisma.
Yeah,
and that charisma carries it. Yeah, and John Voight, once if he would have made a twist, I love John Voight, but at that point, I'm no longer trusting that fucking character, and I think he's bad.
Yes,
like,
100%.
No going back at that point.
Yes,
Same thing with
100%.
Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken's in the middle, kind of like he can kind of bring you back from the brink, but not too often. Like once Chris goes to that point, James Caan's another great example that we were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not one that can kind of bring you back usually, though, unless he's a more of an anger issue kind of thing. That's why he plays good bad guys, because he's a likable, charismatic guy, and you can see how people can get suckered into his shit.
Mm-hmm.
And Jack is kind of the same kind of way, and in this role he's playing, like going throughout the film, it's like, is this guy really crazy? Is this some supernatural element? Is this guy just a raging, abusive alcoholic?
Yeah. And there's so much like even more too, like what did he actually do to Danny? Maybe it's a little more than just physical abuse that he did to Danny, that's teased in there too. And it's all kinds
they never
of
give you the real answer, right? And that's what I like about the movie. Yeah.
It's so, it's like you said, it's like the more it builds and builds, it's like pulling a string back and back and back and further until it snaps. And it's like so haunting and so mesmerizing. And so like, what is going on? And you get answers to some things, and also you get answers to nothing. And I love that about the movie. The
best part's when you realize he's never written a word.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
the whole time he's just, it's fuck you, from the fuck you moment on to the all work and no play bit. It's like he hasn't written shit.
Yep. And I love how it's typed, and it's actually typed in book form. Like it goes from like a paragraph to like the way it's supposed to be, like indentation, every bit of it. It's like even though he didn't write nothing, he made sure it was written in book form, in paragraphs and settings and everything. I love the way when she's flipping through it and you notice that. But I think that's the appeal of this movie is that, and why so many of us are still talking about it today, is because it leaves you with enough answers and enough questions to where you just saw something that was spectacular. And Stephen King can get bent out of shape all you want. I know even Mike Flanagan, who did Dr. Sleep, said he had to beg Stephen King to let him use some of the Shining stuff in this because that's what people liked. He can get bent out of shape all he wants, but like Kubrick mastered his story. Be happy. Your TV version with the dude from Wings is not good. I don't care if you think that's the better version or not. It's not good. I don't care if it was Mick Garris that did it. It's just, I'm sorry, Steven. It's just not. Okay. So, but this is a great, great flick. I think so many of us have seen it. And like I said, if you've never seen it, do yourself a favor and see it. And I think we've talked about this before too, about the Shelley Duvall thing, abuse. So
yeah, again, I mean, I don't think she was abused so much as she was fucking nuts. and if you watch that documentary, it's like you get to a point where I can understand where Kubrick's just finally like, okay, I can't fucking take this bitch no more. like she is so over dramatic in some of that shit. And the bit that I thought was hilarious, and I know I kind of oversell it a bit, but it's in there, where the whole crew and everybody are standing outside in below 0 temperature snow, and all she's got to fucking do is open the door and run across the stage, or whatever you want to call it, the camera, in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And so they're sitting out there screaming, action, action, action. And, and she doesn't come out, and she finally pokes her head out and she goes, did you say action? And after like 2 or 3 times of this, finally he just breaks down and he's like, Shelly, we are standing out here and below fucking, you got 20 crew members out here. You know, all you got to do is count to 5. If you don't hear me say action, and just come out and walk. Don't stick your head out and say something. You're ruining the shot. You know, he kept saying, like, he's just trying to explain it to her like she's a fucking child. It's like, this is supposed to be a professional actress. She should fucking know these things.
Mm-hmm.
All she's got to do is go from A to B, and she's making it a complete fucking nightmare for them. And then there was the other parts where she's like, oh, my hair's falling out from all the stress and shit. And you just got Kubrick standing there watching her going, I'm just watching all this money go out the fucking window because this chick just wants to. Trust me, if anybody's ever had a relationship with somebody like that, you kind of see the it's this chronic, I gotta be the center of attention. I'm constantly, and I mean, I hate to say it, later on in life, we found out she clearly has some mental issues.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm willing to believe that he just put up with her mental instability.
Right.
To the best way he could.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I would have probably lost it at that point, too. I'd been like, all you have to do is go from here to here.
Yeah, just do
and
that.
act like you're fucking scared. Like, that's all you got to do.
But no, yes, but it's an incredible movie to this day. And
I mean, and I think she, like I said, her mental issues probably stem from childhood and other places that have nothing to do with Kubrick, even though he takes a lot of the brunt of it. Was my point, kind of.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I do think some of that personally, I do think some of that is overblown. Like you said, I do think some of it, like I think they just love to bring that up because like if Kubrick was this type of, it's like, come on.
She could have never handled fucking Friedkin.
Yeah.
Friedkin probably would have destroyed her.
Mm-hmm.
Because as I'm coming to learn with his whole, like, he does not have whatever that thing is where he just doesn't understand emotions out of other, like, you know what I mean? Like, he would just simply be like, dude, just fucking go. You're fired. Like,
Yeah.
I can't handle this shit.
Go.
I'll go get Diane Keaton. Like, fuck off.
It's true. But yeah, I've kind of been in a mood because I watched that and I actually have been watching. I haven't made a big thing through it, but I actually own Castle Rock the first season, and I got the second season coming. I've heard.
I'll wait and see what you say about it.
So
yeah,
I've enjoyed so far the first couple episodes of the first season that I've watched so far, and Bill Skarsgård's in it. And it's like I'm catching on to a lot of Stephen King stuff and stuff that they're getting at here. Though I know J.J. Abrams didn't write or do any of this, but I can feel some of that J.J. Abrams in it. You know what I mean? Like you kind of.
I like the concept. I like the idea. I do like that they have like cameos and special guest appearances from people who are clearly in the Stephen King.
Yes, and it plays with his like doppelganger thing because Stephen King has a big thing with doppelgangers. But like I've been kind of in a mood to watch some of his movies and like Shawshank. I want to get to Shawshank eventually and Green Mile and some of his horror movies stuff like. So I'm gonna try if I can. But I got a bunch of other movies I got for Christmas and from Rick that I really want to get to. So we'll see what I get in there. But yeah, no, I wanted to watch that after because I did watch It Welcome to Derry, and I did find myself getting into it more than I anticipated I would, because after the first like couple episodes, like they are a bit of a slog. The first couple episodes are a bit of a slog, and it does pick up. I did get a little annoyed. Like I said, once again, I wasn't upset over the racism and the black spot. All that comes from the book. All that is in there. Stephen King wrote it. I'm when they bring up the Make America Dairy. That a clear sign like this is taking place in 1960 something. I don't need Trumpisms put in. All right, we already got enough of the racism in here. That's helping the story perfectly. Don't throw in the Trump shit.
What about the homophobia that's in the book too?
None of that's in the show. There's no homos in the first season at the moment. So none of the homosexual stuff is brought up in it. Which I can't say enough for Stranger Things.
Well, see, now if somebody would go gay, that would probably make Pennywise go away from Stranger Things. Yeah.
But no, The Shining was great. Have a good one, John the Beagle Dad. Thank you for hanging with us. Happy New Year. But Tom, if you're ready for your next one, you can do yours, and then I'll get to mine.
Boy, oh boy. All right, I'll do this one next.
Okay.
This is one I never even opened my DVD or Blu-ray for.
Oh, you got the new one?
I got the new one and the horrible fucking art for
Oh
it.
yeah, or just switch out the artwork from that to that.
I wish if it wasn't different sizes.
Yeah, if it was the same size.
But yeah, Pee-wee's Big Adventure is on 4K and it looks pretty good. Tim Burton oversaw it for Criterion. As far as I can tell, it looks pretty natural, like nothing was done to it that shouldn't be. It has the original 2.0 stereo soundtrack on it. As far as I can tell, it carries over the special features from this other Blu-ray with some new interviews and other goodies. So yeah, it's. I kind of debated because I was like, I'll just wait for the sale.
Right.
But then my buddy was telling me that he was having some issues getting it. So I'm like, is this going to be one that's going to sell pretty well and it's going to be a hard one to get your hands on?
Yeah, hard one to find.
Because they keep running out of them. Like, it's not like Criterion ever stops printing. It's just sometimes they can... Like, The Wiz was one, I guess, that people were having a hard time getting their hands on, for instance.
They sell out of their first batch real quick.
Yeah. It was one of the few times I've ever seen on their website something sold out that wasn't out of print kind of thing. So yeah, no. Overall though, it's a good package. I don't know if I can justify the 30 some bucks it cost without the sale, but no, I think most people will be happy. Tons of goodies on here, from deleted scenes to, I think, a reunion panel, an interview with Burton and a few other folks.
I was going to say, does Tim Burton ever really talk about this much?
This is one of the few that I know he's done. Oh yeah, he does. Because this is one of the few that he actually has a commentary for, I believe, as well.
Nice.
Because he doesn't do commentaries very often, from my memory. And this one he does with Paul. This is one from Paul Rubens. I think they did it for the DVD back in the day. But no, it's a nice little package. And it's been a while since I watched the movie. It must have been, because there's a couple of jokes that I caught this time out that I'm like, I've caught them before, other adult jokes.
Right.
Into before. But for some reason this time out I caught a few more. I'm just, God, I don't remember that. I mean, I remember that, but I don't remember not catching that. You know, but no, it still holds up. It's one of those movies where you're watching, you're going, how the fuck did these guys get this movie made?
Right.
Like, how the fuck did they convince a studio, Warner Brothers Pictures, that this animator and this obviously queer comedian who's playing a man-child.
Did the scene when he's a girl in the car with the prisoner is...
Oh, God.
Let's take a picture to last longer.
I'm a bad man, Huey. A bad man.
Right.
Why? What did you do? You know those tags on the mattresses that say "do not remove"? But I took a knife and I cut one of them off. No, I mean, this movie just has a great fucking sense of humor. It works on so many levels, right? And I mean that like it works as a family film or kids movie. It works as a tongue-in-cheek comedy. It works as a quiche camp gay film. Now, you want to talk about, like, look, even though Pee-wee is not presented as homosexual, this movie was made by some of the biggest homosexuals in the world.
It was at that time.
And it has so much of that baked into it, but not in a bad way. Like, I'm surprised John Waters didn't direct this instead.
It almost kind of feels like a John Waters movie a little bit.
It does. It's like a very family-friendly John Waters film. And I thought, this is the first time I'm thinking that. I'm watching this going, you know what? I don't know if that's what Burton was channeling or what here, but like, I mean, just, you can tell Paul Rubens has more of a inspiration on this, and you can tell his taste, you can tell what he's into, and he is that classic raised in the 50s and 60s homosexual guy. And he's bringing all those things that he loved as a little boy, and he's just made him throw up all over this character, and That's why I love everything about Pee-wee's. You can tell that it's stuff that he loves.
Mm-hmm.
And he never kind of, this character, he is exactly what it is. You could tell it almost just kind of erupted from some place, even though we've seen variations leading up to it that he kind of did in like Cheech and Chong. And then, you know, you've seen the early iterations and versions of it up through the Pee Wee Herman show until we got to Pee Wee's, you know, Big Adventure. And then finally the show, which is where it was kind of like, this is the movie where it was kind of finally put in stone, you know, like this is what Pee Wee is going to be from here on out. And it was a phenomenon. And I don't even know if they just kind of looked at it going, well, we don't know what this fucking shit is, but we're just going to give you guys some money. You go make us a movie. Maybe it'll make a few bucks. I mean, maybe they had some money from HBO up front because I know it was on HBO constantly. Yeah. I know we say that all the time, but this was on HBO a lot. I remember seeing it a lot on HBO.
Yeah, me too. I remember seeing it a lot too. Yeah,
but
HBO, Comedy Central, all that over and over.
Yeah, well, I mean, not to mention the numerous TV viewings, but I mean, I just remember on cable at that point when it came out, it was on it a lot.
Yeah.
Because I know it was funny because Big Top Pee Wee, being a Paramount film, was on Showtime.
Yes.
Now I thought that was weird, but anyway.
I was always like, how come where's this character at? Or where's that character from the, you know, when I saw Big Top Pee Wee, it's like, where's all these characters from the original Pee Wee movie? How come they're not in this? I remember thinking that the first time I saw it.
My issue with Big Top Pee Wee's at that point is I'm like, why isn't this basically Pee Wee's Playhouse, the movie?
Yeah, because at that time the show.
Because at that point we already had the show, like, because this movie came out and then the show, I believe, came out the next year after that. And then Big Top Pee Wee, I think, was 87, right? 88. So the show had already been on for a couple years. And it's funny because people don't realize Pee Wee has one of the most successful Saturday morning shows ever. Because a lot of those shows didn't go on for many seasons. You didn't have a lot of Smurfs and Chipmunks where they would go on and on and on, right? There's only a handful of those shows that did. It was Garfield, Chipmunks, you know, Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles. Otherwise, you didn't have a lot of shows that had more than one or so seasons, 2 tops. And the funny thing is, you know, we bitch about streaming shows only having 12 episodes. Well, a lot of times that's all these Saturday morning cartoons would get too for their seasons. Unless they get a syndicated order, which was like what Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles would get. And that's why we have hundreds of episodes.
Yeah.
But that's where you can tell the difference between the Saturday morning version and the syndicated version, because the Saturday morning versions were always a lot better looking because they had a lot more money to spend on those.
Yeah.
But Pee-wee was actually kind of a big deal because it ran for what? 5 or 6 seasons, I think it was.
Ran for a long time. I remember.
And I think it also won a shit ton of awards and stuff. Like, it was a big deal when it was on. And the thing that they found out was that adults were watching. It wasn't just kids. See, that was a thing. And Pee-wee had this broad appeal to this and he was kind of part of this. It's almost like he was kind of a mix between Andy Kaufman and, gosh, I would know, like, he's almost kind of hard to categorize, right? Like, there wasn't a lot of guys doing what Pee-wee was doing at the time, but he also came out at the renaissance of stand-up comedians. Like, I don't think we'll ever have a time period like we did between the 70s and 90s with stand-up comedians.
Probably not. There's there ain't many great stand-up comedians anymore.
Now you got what, like a handful, if that you could maybe name, but like you go back in the day, like even Howie Mandel was like a lower level, like, right? Like
there were so many of them. Yeah,
we could even get in kind of the more like lesser known ones or underground ones like Bobcat and even Sam Kinison, who broke into the mainstream, or you know, Andrew Dice Clay and shit like that. And those are the guys that are like the outsiders, right? Not to mention your mainstream guys, you know, that you had from everybody from like Eddie Murphy to Seinfeld to
Robin Williams and Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal. Fuck, the list goes on and on and on, right?
Tons of them.
And Paul Rubens was in the mix of all that.
Cheech and Chong was in on it too. So yeah, it's incredible. Like now, it's like everybody's afraid
Elvira.
to be funny. So Elvira, which is she was what's his name? The genie who Pee Wee, who wrote for Pee Wee's. And did he write on this movie too? The genie,
He may have, because like
Ho?
even Phil Hartman, I forgot that he had a cameo in
Yeah,
the movie
Phil Hartman
too.
helped write some of this as well.
Yeah, Phil Hartman did a big bunch of writing on this.
Yeah.
Yes,
But like that genie, the Mechalika High, whatever, he wrote a lot of Elvira stuff. He was Elvira's writing
B.
partner.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
John
they all
B,
worked
yeah.
together on
Yeah.
because like where was it? Second City, I think they came out of.
Yeah.
Or no, the Groundlings. The Groundlings. That's what it was.
She has his ashes in her closet. So,
which is funny because there's this restaurant we have around here called Rocky Rococo, and the guy who played Rocky Rococo in the commercials and everything, he was one of the Groundlings, but I don't know if he was there at the same time as Elvira and all those guys, or if he was a little earlier or what. But he may have been. He was pretty good. But it was funny because he would do this show every Saturday night on Fox, our local Fox, called Master Pizza Theater.
Nice.
And he would always show shit like Critters and Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and stuff like that.
I miss stuff like that on TV when you could have stuff like that, you know? Yeah,
I have tried to find clips on YouTube. I think I've only found like one.
Oh, man.
It's tough, yeah.
There's got to be somebody down there.
I found a bunch of the old Rocky Rococo commercials, but like as far as him doing the Master Pizza Theater, I think I've only found like one clip.
Somebody's had to have like recorded that on VHS.
Somewhere. Oh, I know. I used to have a bunch of them back in the day.
Yeah.
But I mean, my buddy might somewhere unless he threw them all out. But anyhow, back to
Pee-wee.
Pee-wee. Yeah, no, I didn't get to go through all of the special features, but no, the sad part is, of course, we just lost Paul Rubens, so we don't get much as far as any real new stuff from him. But yeah, it would have been interesting to have like a new documentary or something like that. Would have been really cool. I'm surprised that Pee-wee hasn't had. I mean, I know there's the Paul Rubens documentary that he did that I haven't got a chance to see yet, but I'm surprised that somebody hasn't done a Pee-wee's Big Adventure documentary yet, a la, the Fright Night.
Yeah, like the Fright Night or the story of Pennywise and all that. Yeah, I'm surprised. They haven't. I'm surprised they didn't include that Paul Rubens documentary on the Criterion. But I guess
kind of, but it depends on who made it and how much they wanted for it. But like, I'm not surprised at the same time. Wasn't that an HBO Max documentary? I think.
I think it might have been. Yeah, it was like on.
So they could have. It's Warner Brothers, but whatever.
Yeah. I still haven't seen the Christopher Reeve documentary either.
I did. That's pretty good.
I want to.
It's not as good as I was hoping it would be, but
okay. That I was afraid to watch it because I'm afraid I'd end up crying by the end of it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it does dwell a little too much on his, latter life. Where I wish that would have been more of the end, and they would have focused more on his career. But they don't really. Yeah, it's
right. Okay, I get you. I get you.
It wasn't as good as the Michael J. Fox one, but anyhow.
Yeah.
So no. I could recommend it. Just the price is a little high. I'm glad to see Warner Brothers for now still allowing boutique companies to do these, and Criterion is a perfect place for Pee-wee to be. But God, that fucking cover.
I know it's ugly.
Quit, guys! So what ugly. The fuck?
So ugly. I think we know his legal troubles. What happened?
Well, yeah, that wasn't even that big of a deal, and I'm not going to explain it.
Yeah.
And look, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to emulate Pee-wee's art, but it just comes off as bad.
It looks horrible.
It
looks like somebody's like wall art that they tagged in the middle of the night or something. It's like
again, and it's not like this just is so iconic, right?
Yeah, that's just like
the him and the bike. It just like again, maybe it's not a painted poster, but it's one of those few posters of that era where all you got to see is that image and you know what it is.
It's sad. It's sad that the Criterion feels the need to do that. It's just like the house party artwork too.
House party is
I'm not looking forward to get because I want to get that.
See, and that's one I don't mind too because like I love that graphic. It's or whatever you want to call it, even though it's not painted.
It's just like dim and the yellow background.
But they've still got the set. It's still got a created element to it, right?
Exactly.
There's an artistic element to it that I feel like is being lost and tossed. Like I hate that. Like I like when they give us the alternate covers to where we can put something, either the original poster or something new, or even if it's not something new, one of the other posters generally I like. like even on the inside of this, it's really kind of bland. Like, I mean, come on, Criterion.
Yeah, that's weak. That's
It's
pretty
just
weak.
fucking weak sauce. And the same thing with like, again, they're trying to do Pee-wee's art, but it comes off just not quite right.
Yeah.
Because I believe Paul Rubens used to do that art himself. The
Yeah,
really
and you know
crude
that's
stick
not
art
Paul
shit.
Rubens. You know that's not Paul Rubens.
You know what I'm
doing
talking
that.
about? If not, he had an
Yeah.
artist who specifically did that stuff because it's very obvious. You know, I mean, like I don't know if I have his figure, but you can't really see the art thing on it. But you guys know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Like, you know, that official Pee-wee art stuff that you would see once in a while,
Yeah.
associated mainly with the show and stuff like that.
It's a bad rendition of that.
Yes, very bad rendition of that.
That's the thing, Brian Bart. That's what they're going.
It's supposed
for,
to,
like,
but it's supposed to be like Pee-wee's done it, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's sad. Yeah, that artwork is horrible. That's pretty lame. Pretty lame. Oh man. But no, I'm glad.
See,
to hear
yeah, because I got an original Pee-wee's Playhouse figure here. But you see the art on his face up there. Like he always had like the Pee-wee art.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
So yeah, like, and I don't know if he did it himself, but
yeah. I got one of his a VHS I found of
nice.
his, Playhouse. Just one episode on VHS that I found on VHS. It's with the cover.
Surprised it wasn't the Christmas one because I think that was one of the only ones that did get a video release.
I don't remember.
I remember the Christmas special did, yeah.
Yeah, I remember the Christmas special did, but I can't remember what it is or where I have it. I know it's over here.
I have the box set now, which if you don't, I mean, come on,
Yeah,
get your ass
yeah.
with that.
Yeah,
Because Lord knows how long Shout Factory is going to have it for now.
exactly. Because I have a feeling like some of that stuff that the pre the new owners, once that's gone, you ain't ever getting that back. So I would say probably buy some of that up and get a hold of that if you guys.
And I'll be honest with you guys, this is just me talking shop here, but I think a lot of box sets for shows and shit's going to go the way of the dodo first. Because they cost a shit ton and not a lot of people buying. And I see the price go down on them so often. I was so pissed because I paid like $129 for the Lucy box set when it came out.
Right.
You can get it for $50 now.
Yep.
And you can't tell me they're making any money on that then.
Yeah.
So that I can tell you right now, a lot of the TV shows are going to be the first thing to go because digital makes more sense with those.
Yeah, they're going to most of them for streaming. So
I have been waiting for Cheers to get a fucking Blu-ray set for years. It's not going to happen, I think. I don't think it's ever going to fucking happen.
I don't think
Same thing with MASH.
Yeah, I've been very tempted to buy the Cheers box set for years now because I love Cheers.
It's better on digital though. That's the problem because it's an HD on digital.
I still would rather just have the physical version. You know?
I agree with you, man. Like, but I'm like Rick. Like that's the kind of shit that bothers me out there, man. Is like I've got shows like finally they did Little House on the Prairie on Blu-ray. I got that, but I had that on streaming for years because that's the only way you can get it in HD. Like I guarantee you that's the first shit that's going to go. We're going to get a lot of shows that have HD versions that we're never going to get on disc.
Probably. There's a lot of shows I've been meaning to buy myself, and me personally, I've got to the point where it's like, I don't care their DVD now because I want them. I want them.
Some of them I can understand because they're never going to look any better.
Yeah, like Barney Miller. I've been meaning to get the Barney Miller.
That one actually should go to Blu-ray because that was shot on film. But now, like Roseanne,
I'm
pretty sure was.
So
yeah, I'm pretty sure that like stuff like Roseanne was probably shot on video mostly. All in the Family, I'm pretty sure was shot on video. Like a lot of sitcoms were, but not all of them. You'd be kind of surprised. Like Cheers looks amazing in HD.
According to Brian Barth and.
Is it the whole entire show?
Cheers is on Blu-ray.
Are you sure?
I didn't know that personally.
Me either.
I didn't know that, but I've thought about buying the box set many times.
Oh, I guess it is.
One of my favorite shows. It is on Blu-ray.
Get that eventually, yeah.
Nice. Well,
I can't afford it right now, but
me neither. I can't afford a lot of movies right now.
Because actually, I can't remember who it was. I think it was CCH or somebody like that who had said that it was up converted. I'm like, no, it's not. Because I've had it in digital for years, and it's been in HD for years. It looks really good. Because they actually shot the show on film.
Yeah. There's a few I've been meaning to get up to get around to, and honestly, yes, I would absolutely love them on Blu-ray. But in some cases, I'm getting to the point where I'm cool with just getting the DVD as long as I have it
MASH,
physically.
I really want on fucking Blu-ray.
I'm honestly surprised MASH isn't, because MASH is one of those like most popular
Disney.
shows of all time, and you get Friends on 4K before you even get MASH on Blu-ray. So
Because Disney owns it now, and they got it on
Disney
fucking
owns it.
Disney Plus or Hulu.
That makes
in
sense.
cropped off fucking versions.
Oh, that's
and
horrible.
guess what? They're the syndicated cuts.
Oh, so it's not everything.
It's HD, but it's the fucking syndicated cuts.
I know.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I'm just pissed because that's one of the shows I've been waiting for a Blu-ray box set forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't believe that wasn't like Fox. Why didn't you get on that right away?
Yeah, they should have did that before they sold them.
Because their DVD set was actually pays the show really good, but you can tell the masters I think come from Video Masters.
I know.
I could be wrong, but they're not real great quality because it's a really old set. I only got the first season anyway because I was waiting for them. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and fuck it. And then like the box set was still pretty expensive, but then I get to a point where I'm like, well, they're in HD. I know they've been scanned now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just waiting now for them to be released, but I don't know why the fuck they got the syndicated versions on there when the DVD versions are the full versions.
I don't know. That sucks. I know, what's his name? I haven't watched him in a long time because he's just not as good as I like to begin with. But what's his name was complaining about that Serial at Midnight. He was talking about how a lot of these older shows are being butchered on streaming and on syndicated TV, like those not MeTV, but like those channels like MeTV that are sort of out there that you can get.
Probably because that's the version they license out.
Yeah,
they're
the cut
I
up
would
ones.
hope that they have the
everything.
original version still available.
Yeah, like on the physical they are, but some of these like the older shows, like I can't remember what it was shows he was talking about, but like some of them are butchered, like on the Heroes and Icons or Grit and all that. Like some of those shows like are butchered. I guess they're not
like
butchered.
Elf.
I guess they're the old syndicated versions.
Yeah,
where
like
they're not
Elf
showing
was the
them.
syndicated version
Yeah.
until Shout did it.
Yeah.
There's been a couple other shows where I'm not 100% sure on, but yeah, like
Yeah,
I think Married with Children was finally the full versions when they did the.
Did they add the music back to it?
Yeah, they finally added the song back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, that's the one only good thing that happened with all the conglomeration of the music, and I brought that up before too. Was prior to that happening, it was a nightmare to get all these music rights together. And once that happened, boom, 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 we got like, Wonder Years and WKRP and a couple other shows that were more difficult to get before. So.
And we still haven't got the werewolf show from Fox.
There's still probably a few that will never happen, but it all depends. I think there's more than just music rights getting in the way. But Batman was one because you had two different fucking studios involved.
Mm-hmm.
Fox and DC and Warner. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I still don't understand how those rights work.
Neither do I. It's all weird. Like some of the license rights, it's all just weird.
Because somebody told me that Warner Brothers bought them out, but then I also heard that no, Fox still technically has the distribution rights to the show, but they can't really do much without DC's go ahead because of the actual rights.
Yeah,
it's a tangled up fucking mess, I guess.
It's all it's insane. Good night, Brian Barth. Happy New Year. Thank you for hanging with us. All right. Well,
yeah, I'm done with Pee-wee.
Done with Pee-wee. My last, my last movie doesn't really go off Pee-wee Herman at all. Alamo. He goes all the way there, and it's all.
And just keeps knitting and knitting and knitting and knitting and knitting.
It is a funny movie. It's hilarious.
Dottie, a rebel.
Yeah.
And now you have what am I?
And Dottie's a big cartoon voice actress. She does a lot of cartoon voices. Yeah.
Well, she was at the time. Wasn't she one of the? What girl band was she in?
Oh, she was in a girl. I didn't know that.
Shit. I thought she was. I thought she was like in either. Was it not the Bangles or one of the Go-Go's or something like that? I thought she was in. Could be wrong. I thought she was, but I could be wrong. No, Paul always had great like supporting cast people, and he had this really cool thing about mixing musicians and other things too. Speaking of, because famously, I don't know if y'all know who did the theme song for Pee-wee's Playhouse. You should know the voice.
I know it, but I'm drawing a blank because
She
I was
just
looking.
wants to have fun.
Oh, it's a Cyndi Lauper.
It is.
Yeah. Oh,
For years,
nice.
most people didn't know that. Yeah.
This says E.G. Daily, who is Dottie,
Yep.
worked with Madonna a lot.
I was gonna say, I thought she had some music connection when she did Pee-wee, and that was like one of her.
Doesn't say she was in any. She provided backup vocals for the Human League.
Yeah, I was gonna say she was in a bunch of stuff, and then
Looks like she worked with a bunch of artists as like a singing
Right.
backup and stuff like that. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I know she was like part of some band or something or other, and then like, because that's the other thing is like Pee-wee, like, or Paul, you know, like he always had like the background with like a lot of folks in that kind of weird artsy fartsy Andy Warhol scene kind of play, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't she have some
Yeah,
solo
she
songs?
did. It was saying she released
Corleone?
her.
I was gonna say,
she
yeah,
released
she
her
was
own
like,
music.
yeah,
Yeah.
because that's how I knew her back in the day. Was more of her music stuff, but then like
Yeah.
you said, now I know she does a lot of voice acting and stuff.
She's also one of the prostitutes in Dutch who's in the car that takes
Oh,
them. Yeah, she's the driver.
I haven't seen it long enough. I probably wouldn't. I would have noticed till more recently, but yeah.
Yeah, she's the one that's driving, sitting by him in the car. And
No, I take that back. I probably would have noticed, but
you would know it because she's got that voice. It's like you immediately recognize her voice. So
on a night just like tonight,
Large Marge, tell him Large
fact,
Marge sent you.
this is the anniversary.
Oh, I remember that scared the shit out of me as a kid.
You know, everybody talks about what they want, but everybody has a big butt. Let's talk about your big butt.
Nice. All right. It's a good movie. It's good.
Paging Mr. Herman. Mr. Herman, you have another phone call at the front desk.
I love that his voice is dubbed over in the movie.
You know,
when
as
you're
a kid,
watching
you don't get it.
Yeah. It's great. It's great.
But as an adult, I do. Like, of course they would think his voice is horrible. We got to do something with that kid's
Yeah,
voice.
they're gonna dub him. It's great. It's great. All right. Well, I guess I'll do my final movie, which has no way, shape, or form goes off of your last movie at all.
Sorry.
Well, that's okay. I wasn't, like I said, I got in the mood for like some winter horror.
Does it have
and
any
everything.
bikes in it?
No.
Because your last movie had at least a tricycle in it or whatever that I could go, or Hot Wheels or
It has
Big Wheel or whatever.
It has some cars, a horse, and a phone. Because it's a black phone too.
Oh, I haven't seen Black Phone 1.
So it's black phone too. It's a winter horror movie.
He blocked me.
I know he blocked you. I get it. I completely get it.
I get why he blocked me too.
no, not you. But like I've gotten to the point, like I said, with Stephen King and everything, and all those people, I can't stand to listen to them anymore. But this is, to be honest with you, I don't know why. I can't explain it. This is my favorite movie I've seen this year. My favorite new movie I've seen this year. I absolutely love this movie. I enjoy it. I enjoyed the first one. I think this one is immensely better. And speaking of Stephen King, this is based on his son's story. His son wrote the original short story the first movie's on, and his son came up with the idea for the sequel. So and it's very similar. I don't know what it is with Stephen King and his family, where they have this fascination with a guy torturing little kids. I don't know where they come up with that. Your guess is as good as mine, Tom. As good as mine.
Was King on Epstein Island?
You know what? Who knows? He might have been. And it looks like his son inherited some of that because it's very much Stephen King. It's sort of very Stephen King. I don't know if you ever plan on watching this or anything, because I know you got into it, Scott, and all them.
I don't know. I've never seen the first one, so I mean, I don't really care. You can talk about whatever on it. I'm gonna take a leak anyway, so go ahead.
Go ahead. I really enjoyed this one. This one is great. It's set in the winter time, so it's very good. And it's essentially, for anybody who's seen the first movie, this picks up, I believe, 4 years later. It's now in the 80s. The kid from the Finney and his sister are grown up and they're in high school now. Finney's smoking dope and having trouble reconciling what he went through in the first movie, and his sister starts having dreams again because his sister has these dreams about the grabber and their mom and everything, and it leads them to this youth camp, this Christian youth camp up in Colorado where they live, and they get snowed in, and it's this very isolated winter storm with this group of like a couple kids and Christian camps counselors. And it just so happens Ethan Hawke's character, the grabber, who is a serial killer, has found his way out of hell. He crawled out of hell, and he plans on taking revenge on Finney by killing his sister and anyone else that gets in his way at his old stomping ground where he first killed. So that's essentially the movie. I don't want to spoil it too much for anybody who has it because it is a new movie. This ain't like a like The Shining, which we all saw and it came out in the 70s, where everybody knows about The Shining, everybody's seen The Shining and everything. I don't want to spoil this too much. And I knew Tom hadn't seen everything, so I knew there wasn't going to be a very long conversation. That's why I saved it for the end, because I knew it wasn't going to be a very long conversation and everything. But I don't know what it is about this movie. It's got this old school feel to it where it's not woke or anything like that, I don't believe. It just feels like an old school horror movie. And that's why I think I like it. It's very much like a sort of a slasher. Everybody seems like this is like 1980, whatever. It doesn't feel like it's 2025. Everybody plays their roles. It's got an emotional core to it. I'm a Freddy Krueger fan, so it's sort of playing on like Freddy a little bit with the dreams and everything. So yeah, and it feels a little Stephen King-ish because his son is part of his son helped come up with the story and everything. So old school Stephen King, not so much new school. Like it doesn't feel like that. But I don't know what it is about this movie outside of all that. This was probably my favorite new movie. I've seen 4 new movies this year. 4 new movies this year, if you can believe it. That's probably the most I've seen in a long time. And this was probably my favorite one I've seen. I think it continues the story of the first movie extremely well, and it goes in a direction that you wouldn't necessarily have thought of, but it makes perfect sense to go in a direction, especially with some of the supernatural elements that's in it. So I really liked it. I really liked it. So I think if you enjoyed the first one, you'll like this one. I think it's better, way better than the first movie. It just feels like an old school, like slasher movie meets old school Stephen King movie, and it just worked for me. It really, really just worked for me. So that's really about all I gotta say for it, and it works because it's also I'm in the mood for winter horror. So like we're getting snow up here, and the isolation and everything gets to you. And well, not that I'm like isolated, but you know what I mean. Like with the movies and everything, it feels right to watch that. And you don't get a whole lot of horror movies set in the wintertime a lot. I think that's a setting that needs to be explored a little more in horror movies. Is the winter setting, because I think that plays like it works well.
I think there's a few.
There's a few, but
I don't know. Might be an interesting list.
Yeah. I mean, like Misery is great, but I don't know if you'd call that a full-on horror movie, but it is a horror movie. Shining's great. I'm trying to think what are some of the other winter horror movies.
There's a few like Seed of Chucky has a scene. Seed of
Chucky has a little bit of that, yeah. So I say there's so few and far between. There's not like a whole lot, and I think it's an undeveloped.
The Thing.
The Thing is great. Yes, The Thing. How could I forget the freaking Thing? That's like the greatest winter horror movie of all time, outside of The Shining. Yeah, yeah. What's that one with the thing on ice? I think Joe Bob just played it. I can't remember the name of it. Anyways, there's not a lot, but no, I enjoyed this movie. I don't know what it is about it. It just, it just feels old school. And what's funny is like, what I thought really worked. And you know how we talk about how like film used to be dreamy, like a dream, right? You know how we talked about that, which I thought this was kind of funny, and I kind of wish they would have filmed the movie all the way in film. When she dreams, when the dreams happen in the Black Phone, it's all filmed on 8mm film. right?
Oh, okay.
So it is actual 8mm film that you're seeing when she dreams, and it leads to this eeriness of the movie and the dream sequences, which plays extremely well. And then when it cuts back into real time, when everybody's awake, it's digital 4K digital cameras. So I kind of wish they would have shot the whole movie on like 32mm film or something, and then 8mm for the dream sequences. But yeah, so like the dream sequences really work because we talk about that, and so it does feel very dreamy, very very scary and stuff in that sense. So yes, it works in that sense of the dreams. But yeah, this is I love a good winter horror movie. So that's really that's about all I got to say about that. Did a little Forrest Gump for you. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Check it. I don't know if you'll, like I said, I don't know if you ever see him or want to see him, but
Never know.
I would like to hear your take whether you hated him or liked him. You know, I'm one of those people. I don't care if you hate him. I don't care. You know.
I don't know. I just got into it with the director over some
Yeah, I
stupid
know.
shit.
I know.
So I mean, I had nothing to really do with it otherwise. But
Yeah.
excuse me. Eventually, I might get around to him.
Yeah. There's some of the few. I'm not a huge Blumhouse fan. They have not made very many great movies as far as I'm concerned. But when they were left to do like their original, just like people do original, and not try to do like Halloween or Exorcist or whatever, their original horror movies in that sense seem to come off very well. So outside of Megan 2, which I still don't understand what happened with that. But yeah, no, that's it, guys. That's all I got. The 4K looks great. Like I said, it was shot on 8mm and 4K cameras. Special features are your typical, 5 to 10 minute EPK things that they do now. There's nothing like it's got deleted scenes, a little commentary, and all that like that. So, and it looks good. So, here's something for you guys for a Happy New Year. If anybody needs this digital code, I'm gonna hold it up. If you take the digital code, because I do not need this digital code of the Black Phone 2. So if you guys want it, make sure you tell the people in the chat or whatever that you used it so they don't try to use it. But for anybody who wants a 4K digital copy of Black Phone 2, here you go. If you can make it out. Can you guys let me know if that's
Fuzzy,
coming
but
in?
you can kind of read it.
I'm trying to get it to focus or something.
There you go. It was a focus. Right
How's
there.
that?
Right there. Yeah.
Is that good?
Yep.
There you guys go. Whoever wants it, take it, screenshot it, whatever. There you go. And I'm done. So I do not need that. I don't need the digital code. So there you guys have it. There's Happy New Year.
I had a bunch of those Purge ones I got, and I'm like,
I probably should have gave you that.
I've never even seen the Purge before, so I don't know.
How'd you get the Purge codes? I saw you giving them away.
Wasn't that one of the ones in that box set for the fucking Paramount thing or something like that? It must have been.
Was that in one of them? The Purge?
I don't know. I just came across them. I'm like, where did I get all these from? There's like 3 of the bastards here. I'm like, whatever.
It's okay. I saw you send them. I'm like, Tom has the Purge movies? What the? I never would expect.
Somebody could have sent them to me at some point too. I've had that happen, but I don't know. I think it was in one of those box sets. And I've had that happen sometimes where they'll slip in a couple extra ones on accident.
That's funny. Happy New Year, Sandy. Glad to see you in the chat. But I think that's, I guess we're done here. Check out Black Phone 2 if you guys have seen the first one. I think you'll enjoy it. It's a good old fashioned horror movie. And like I said, it doesn't feel modern or woke or any sense like that at all.
Did I bring on Minority Report last week?
Yes, you did.
Okay. I'm for some reason having a fucking lately I've been having to ask him, like, did I bring this on or that on? Because the Brinks one I watched like 2 weeks ago, and I forgot to bring it on last week. And so I'm like sitting here like second guessing everything I've brought on or haven't brought on in the last couple of weeks now. Like part of me doesn't remember talking about it.
That's, I don't know. I mean, is it getting old, Tom?
Yes.
I know because you asked me about Sorcerer, and I was like, I think that was like 2 weeks ago you brought Sorcerer on.
I don't remember talking about it. I
you
remember
go.
being pissed at my Blu-ray because it was one that I'm like, I had to get a new one of because it was skipping. But yeah.
Yeah. But There you go. Boba Fett got the
Boba.
black phone too. I just thought about it. I probably should have sent it to you. Probably should have just gave it to you if you wanted it.
Nah, I would have said no. I don't have the first one, so
No, there you go. But there you go. Glad you got it, Boba Fett.
I appreciate it though.
Yeah. The Purge movies. I've heard that like the first couple are decent, and then after that, I heard they get a little political, and that's why I never really got into them. The Purge movies. So, but anyways, thank you, Tom, for joining me as usual here on the Physical
I
Media.
got one more.
Oh, you got one more? That's right, you do. Why am I closing it out? I forgot you had one more. Sorry, guys. Here you go,
That's all
Tom.
right.
What you got?
I thought you had one more left too, but
No,
maybe
that was it. The
we
Black
did it
Phone 2
wrong.
was my last one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I got another Kino Lorber. This is a set.
Oh, nice.
Boy, where do I start with this one? This is the Ninja Trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
On 4K.
Oh, they put them on 4K. I didn't even know that.
They did. And I do have the originals here too. From the original from Kino, second from Kino, and the Shout Factory release that comes from a 4K scan, but looks like donkey ass because they scrubbed the hell out of it.
Ooh.
This fixes all those problems because, in fact, Ninja 3 probably looks the best of all three. Just because it's the newest.
Nice.
They all look really good. They have new 5.1 mixes, which are decent. These are some of the most canon movies there is. I'm sure you've seen them.
Yeah.
Enter the Dragon is about this white dude who learns ninja, and he does cool ninja shit. And then Revenge of the Ninja is kind of more like a old school kind of, revenge-o-matic kind of ninja movie where this guy's family's killed and he goes on a revenge spree.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to Ninja 3, The Domination.
That's why I was like, I always wondered if there was more ninjas when I was a kid, because that's what I always remember.
The connection being canon, the producers, obviously, the guy who wrote one of them directed, I think the guy who wrote the first one directed the second one, something like that. And then I think the same guy wrote the third one. But anyhow, and then like Sho Kosugi is the only other connection besides, I think, the music, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
So there's a few connections, but otherwise there is no connectivity to them other than they're about ninjas.
Right.
Right. Like there's no like character carryover or anything like that from my knowledge. But fucking Ninja 3 is a batshit crazy motherfucking movie. And all I know about Ninja 3, speaking of HBO, this movie must have been on HBO constantly back in the day, because I had this thing where not only did before Gremlins, they had a thing where it was like, tonight, Ninja 3, The Domination, followed by blah, 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 blah. So they had that, and then I had another time where there was a trailer for it, and then there was another time where I had it taped where it had like, after the end of a movie, it caught like the first 3 or 4 minutes of Ninja 3. So I've seen the first few minutes tons and tons of times. And this movie doesn't make a lot of fucking sense. And it does not do anything to explain it to you. This movie comes off like a movie made by people who don't know how to make movies, but think they're making a movie.
Really?
Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you seen this movie? This movie is fucking crazy. Okay, so what is the plot of this movie? Out of nowhere, this ninja just starts fucking killing people. Right, that's how the movie starts. Just fucking starts killing people. Bunch of cops and shit, no good fucking reason given, just starts fucking killing people left and right.
Right.
And then he gets gunned down by a bunch of cops. And then he crawls off dying, and fucking Flashdance chick finds him. And she fucking gets possessed by him. So this movie is like Flashdance meets fucking Exorcist meets a ninja movie.
It's awesome, all right. That's just awesome.
It is in its weirdness. So then she starts dating one of the cops that shot him. And so she keeps going into these trances where she turns into the ninja and she goes on killing sprees and killing the cops that killed him and all this shit. And at the same time, you have this good ninja who comes into town to try and track him down, and it turns into this big... I could go on for a while about how crazy this fucking movie. So much shit happens in this movie, but there's never like a cohesive fucking plot. Right. And there's barely any characterization. It's just a bunch of shit. But it's
fun.
Fucking it is. It's just fucking crazy. And some of the shit that goes on, you're just going like, how how did this move? Who came up with this? Like, okay, Ninja 3 this time. Yeah, this time the ninja possesses the girl, the aerobics slash utility worker.
Small towns Saturday night or whatever.
It's a movie that both equally entertains and aggravates at the same time.
Fun movie. If I didn't even know these was on 4K, I'm gonna have to get these.
Oh yeah, and 3 looks great.
That's great. Awesome.
Honestly, I don't even know why there's a 5.1 mix, because the first 2 I understand because they were in mono, and 5.1 mixes are pretty decent. But the third one, I'm listening, flopping between the 2. It's almost an exact replica of the 2.0 mix. I'm like, it kind of is pointless. Because surprisingly, the movie does have a really good stereo mix. Because, I mean, Canon did put a little bit of money behind this movie. You can tell. Right. But you're just going, this is very misappropriated. Like, to the point where it might even be illegal. And I'm not saying there was any smuggling going on or anything like that, or money laundering. It's just the fact that it was misappropriated for a movie like this. Right. Like, you're watching this movie and you could see all the wires and tricks and everything, but you're still going, how did they shoot this movie to make it look so good yet look so bad? And it just, who come up with this shit? Because actually the second movie is probably the best of the films as far as the straightforward story and, you know, just being basically this revenge film about this guy who's taking revenge on this ninja clan for killing his family, right?
Right. Classic.
And the first film is pretty canon. It's a very canon film. Like, I'm surprised Chuck Norris isn't in the first movie. And I think he got offered it, but he's like, I would never be a ninja or something like that.
Yeah. And when he also offered American Ninja too.
Yeah, and the same reason I think he said there why he wouldn't do it. Yeah. But I mean, as far as like getting into what a ninja is and all that kind of stuff, I mean, these movies probably take it at most face value without whitewashing it, I guess. Even though they do try to make certain characters more heroic. That's why I think I like the second film, because it doesn't necessarily try to paint the hero as a hero so much as he's just the hero of the story because he's going out for revenge for his family. Right. You know, and his son, he's got his son left, and that's it. And it has a very canon-esque feel to it. Honestly, the third film doesn't feel so much canon as the first 2 films do. It almost has more of a Dino De Laurentiis feeling to it. Just that batshit nutty fucking...
like flash.
Because canon usually doesn't do weird, goofy shit like that.
Right.
They're usually pretty straightforward. Like, they almost, like, Golden Globus kind of knew what audiences wanted to see. Right? Like, they didn't, like, fuck around too much. They're just like, look, get to the fucking action, get to the chases, get to the tits. Throw in some explosions, Chuck Norris or Van Damme, and we're good to go. We got a fucking movie. Charlie Bronson, is he busy? Yeah. Like, they knew exactly. Yeah, they knew exactly what to give you.
Yeah.
This does not feel like a canon movie, even though it's a very famous canon film.
Right.
This is the most uncanon of canon films in a sense of how fanciful it is and just the crazy idea that it comes to the table. It almost feels like Dino De Laurentiis decided he's going to make a ninja movie.
Now that you say that, it does. Now that I'm thinking about it, like it really
you get my
does.
drift?
Yeah.
It doesn't have the more hallmarks of most canon films. It does have some.
Yeah. Like a mix almost, but a little more Dino than canon.
Because Dino De Laurentiis would do that sometime with his just crazy shit.
Yeah. Night Random Brad, have a happy new year. Cheers, buddy. But yeah, no, you're not wrong now that I'm thinking, because it's been a while since I've seen a lot of these ninja movies. But yeah, I'm thinking about it, and you're definitely not wrong. It does have that.
And I laughed my ass off at it. Don't get me wrong.
It's a great
but the first
movie,
2 are fine. The first one, okay. The funny thing about the first one is not James Caan, right? Like the guy that is his. Like you're watching this movie going, this is so fucking obvious what's going to happen. But it's a canon movie. So.
Yeah.
And it has so many hallmarks. What that one's about is, like I said, like this white guy, American, learns ninja, goes off, does his thing, meets up with an old war buddy who's shacking up with this hot bitch, but he can't. But the whole old war buddy's an alcoholic, burnout now.
Canon.
Exactly. Like the first film's a fucking canon movie.
Yes.
And he's gonna fuck his wife after he gets killed, which is gonna cause him to go out for revenge.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's all writes itself. Like it's like, okay, canon movie, check.
Yep.
The second film has some canonisms about it, but it also feels like a classic, Golden Harvest kind of ninja movie, like a kung fu movie. Has all the basic Western meets East hallmarks to it. Pretty fucking straightforward. And it has the canon elements to where it brings it into the, you have the sleazy. It's basically what it is. So this guy has this guy from America wants him to run his art museum or whatever, but he won't leave the country because of his family and all that business. So then he comes home from the meeting with this guy to find his family fucking butchered. How convenient for the art guy.
Exactly.
Makes you wonder who might have done this.
Who could have done this?
When you were distracted by this other guy so conveniently. So I guess, again, this one writes itself kind of. So luckily the baby is still alive, being his son. So they come to America. They do the job with the guy. But then, of course, things start to come together as far as like coming apart for the bad guys, because they start to realize that the kid stumbles upon it, and then they start to figure it out that they're using the art place as a smuggling ring for heroin and shit. So then, of course, the kid gets kidnapped, setting off the whole revenge plot.
Yep.
And of course, he finds out that this is the guy that killed his family. So, like, again, a very kind of revenge-o-matic-ish type, very canon-esque setup to it. But then you get to the fucking third film, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? This ninja shows up, kills a bunch of fucking people for no good fucking reason, and then this bitch is possessed by him, and she starts running around. It's more like a horror film.
Yeah.
It has more horror / like fantasy elements added to it that you're just like, this is not like a canon-esque film, but it's one of their most famous films. And it's because of how fucking crazy it is.
It's a bit insane. They're all just fun movies. They're just, at the end of the day, all just fun movies. So, man, so much I got to get that I've missed out on that I did not realize I missed out on so many of these.
Yeah, this
movies.
was on sale. Normally it's like $100, and I think I got it for like 60 or whatever. But yeah,
it's not bad.
So, yeah. Considering they're 4K.
Yeah, and it's 3 of them, so that's a pretty good deal.
I mean, as far as I can tell, even though there's not much for special features on the first two, they did have all the stuff, I think, carried over from the Shout Factory disc on Ninja 3, of course.
Well, that's good to know.
Which Ninja 3 has been released on Blu-ray a few times, because for those who don't know, famously, like this one that I have from Shout is actually a re-release. Because they did a initial one, and then they did the 4K scan one. And yeah, this looks better than the initial one from my understanding, but I compared the two, and I can't believe how scrubbed Ninja 3 looked on Blu-ray. And like, I mean, it's not smudgy, but like there's no grain at all.
Right. Well, those people are no longer at Shout Factory, so that's a good pick, man. You watched some good ones. You made me want to watch the ninja movies again, because that's been so long since I've seen the ninja movies. And you know how long I know Tyrell been stuff, but you know how long I've seen them. It's been since I've seen the American ninja movies. I haven't seen those movies in like
I got those Kino release
how many years.
But yeah, I haven't watched them. I got part of the way through the first one again, and I'm just like, maybe I like the second one better. I can't remember, but.
I even like the old kickboxer sequel movies that straight to video, because regardless of
I
what
don't think I ever watched the sequels.
I mean, they kind of ruin the ending of the first kickboxer movie to get to the sequels, but they're Albert Pyun films. They're just so freaking dumb and fun regardless. You know what I mean? It almost makes you forgive what they
That
do.
reminds me, I got his work print of Captain America. I gotta watch.
Did you?
Yeah,
Are they ever going to release that on a physical?
it is. It's technically, if I don't know, and I think it's legit because it comes from the Albert Pugh Universe website thing. But it's like a
Yeah, I know he has a copy that he put out.
yeah, it's
Well.
the work print. Yeah,
Yeah, I need to see.
I have a
that.
physical copy of it. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna have to go in there and look that up myself. Yeah, I think most people remember American Ninja 2 the most. That's one I'm thinking about. Like American Ninja 2 seems to be the one.
That must be what I was thinking too, because I'm like watching the first movie going, I don't remember this being so boring.
Right.
Because the first movie turns into like a Romancing the Stone kind of thing. I'm like, I don't remember this being this part of the make. So I'm like, we must have watched the sequel or something all the time as kids.
Yeah. It's a crazy.
And we didn't always pay attention to half the shit we were watching some days because it was just like, because a lot of time it would just be whatever tape somebody would put in that would, you know, that they had dubbed, you know, like American Ninja 2 and fucking Best of the Best and fucking Kickboxer on or something. You know what I mean? Like,
you didn't know which ones
or
it
Ninja
was.
the Domination. Like,
and that's why you've seen that one the most, and you're like, how come I've seen this one more than I've seen this one? Or
I know why I've seen that one. Yeah, exactly. Because they're like going like, and I don't even remember if that. Because then you like kind of get confused, and then you got movies like fucking Missing in Action, which actually confuse even more because of how they were released and shit. And it's like,
And the second one's a prequel or something, and I remember. I think I saw the second one before I saw the first one of Missing in Action.
Well, no, and they were made the sequel is part one. But they made them both back to back, and they're like, well, the second movie's better than the first one. So instead of just releasing the first one and then the second one, and people going, yeah, the second movie was better than the first one, like, no, let's release the second movie first, and then we'll release the first movie like it's a prequel.
Yeah. And that's what
it only makes sense to fucking those guys, I guess. I don't know.
And then when you get to the third one, you are so confused.
Yeah, well, the third one is a third one. I mean, it's just
yeah.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen the third one. I don't know if I've ever watched the third one to where I'm like, or maybe I have, but it's been years. So I got the trilogy. I just haven't sat down and watched them again. But like, yeah, the other thing with that one, I wonder if it's kind of like Delta Force 2, because like that's the only reason why I can't get through Delta Force 2. It's fucking hardly a movie.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris is barely playing the same character.
Right.
It's like, does he even know what movie he's in? Like,
at that point now, he's just going for it. Oh, Chuck.
Does he think he's still in Sidekicks? I mean,
what's he doing?
Just sitting there going thumbs up to the camera for 20 minutes. I don't know. Like,
we got him, man. This is what cracks me up, that like thinking about these type of movies and these sequels. Like Best of the Best 2 is like completely different from Best of the Best 1, which is like a Rocky movie. Then you get Best of the Best 2, and it's like a crime thriller where these guys are fighting in an underground. They're like in an underground kumite almost themselves, and they start killing people.
Well, you guys got to remember, these things would come out so fast also on straight to video with the sequels. Like, I can't remember halftime what was part 3 and 4 of some of this shit. Like, I even have a hard enough time. It used to be until more recent, since I've gotten to see them more again. Shit, I used to get like Death Wish 3 and 4 always mixed up because they're so similar in some ways, and then you're like, I don't remember which one I saw first. Like,
exactly. and then like also like with the,
because you could watch sequels like that back then. It didn't fucking matter if you saw the second or third one.
Exactly. And even like the one movies of No Retreat, No Surrender with Van Damme, who's in that movie.
Oh yeah,
and that's like a Karate Kid movie, but the sequels are like military. That's, I don't even think the same people are in them, or like one guy, the guy that's in the movie that learns the karate. Yeah, the kid there, I think is in the sequels with, and they're completely different. Like they're in the jungles. Fighting people. it's like it had nothing to do with that. Whatever.
Well, none of them can be as bad as Iron Eagle 2. So
right, yeah. So you gotta
killing off fucking what's his face in the first few minutes. Like that is some bullshit.
It's like, what the hell, man? That they did that though all the time with these sequels. Like even like I was just talking about Kickboxer. I don't know if you would spoil, but like they kill off Jean-Claude Van Damme's character at the very beginning of Kickboxer 2.
I don't think I've ever seen Kickboxer 2, to be honest with you. If I have, I don't remember it. That was the quickest way to usually get me not to watch a sequel, is if it didn't have the original person in it.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't mind watching straight-to-video sequels as long as there was some connection usually, but a lot of those I would avoid because unless there was a good reason to, or there was some, like, off weird chance that I watched them that, like, otherwise I just had no idea that I was watching one of the sequels. Right. Like I said, because somebody would just throw in a tape.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they wouldn't even have the beginning of the movie on there because they would just tape it, and if it was just not trailer, if it was just credits, then they wouldn't even have that beginning. You know, like I wouldn't understand how people could do that because I was always like, I would, even when I'd have people tape shit for me, I'd be like, make sure you get the credits.
Yeah, make sure you get them all. Me too. Yeah. No, like in the Kickboxer movie, the sequel was they kill off Jean-Claude Van Damme and the brother at the very beginning of the movie. Tong Po comes out and kills them. Both of them. And then their third brother, who you didn't know
it's
about.
not played by Van Damme, though.
No, it's not played by Van Damme or that other guy at all. But Tong Po's the
which
same
makes it
Tong
kind of
Po.
pointless. You might as well have just continued on.
Exactly. But it's still Tong Po. Same actor played Tong Po and everything. And so, like, and they have a third brother who's an American. It's Cody from Step by Step.
Wait, maybe I have seen at least one of these sequels.
And so,
because isn't he in the other ones too?
He did the 2 and 3. He's in 2 and 3.
I might have. I don't know if I've seen this one specifically, but I think I've seen at least one of them.
And I think
now
in the
that
third
you told
one,
me that,
like Rambo.
that motherfucker
style.
would pop up in all kinds of shit, like Class of 1999 and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like he trains and goes back to fight Tong Po. It's like the same movie again. Same movie at first, but it's directed by Albert
nobody
Keon.
remembers the show Step by Step, but you say Cody from Step by Step. Everybody knows who the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, everybody knows who Cody is. Dude.
He's basically the Shaggy of the show. Like.
Yeah. And he was actually a legit martial artist, the thing. Yeah. He was. And that's why he got in trouble for it, because he like beat up his wife, and he was a legit martial artist.
You have that.
Yeah, so like that's what happens, bro. It's sad.
You have a shitty career.
Yeah.
Yeah, step by step, it goes downhill from there.
Yep. He did make an appearance in that one David Spade movie, Dickie Roberts.
Step, day by day, beat your wife and put you away. Yes, I remember the fucking theme song.
Yes. Dreams got broken. Seemed like all was lost.
Oh yeah. You could mix like all those early fucking or mid 80s fucking. They could all flow together as one long fucking like. Yep. You can mix them all because they're all written by not all of them, but some are all written by the same people anyway.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's one of the best is The Growing Pains, and it's sung by B.J. Thomas.
Yeah,
that's one of the best right there.
Show me that smile again.
I remember.
I got the single of that.
Yeah, it's great.
Don't waste another minute of crying. I think he sings it with Dusty Springfield on the single.
Yeah, like because like they changed it one year, and I remember on the show, and it was a woman singing it, and people complained. I remember that.
It's always been a duet. It's a duet.
Yeah.
But I think they just had it because it's him and Dusty Springfield as far as I know.
Yeah, and for their theme song, and then like one season, like near the end of the run, it's like it was just some woman was singing it, and I don't believe it was Dusty Springfield. They changed it to just a woman.
Oh, that could be.
And then I remember a bunch of people complained, and then they brought it back, and I think when they brought it back, it was him and the Dusty Springfield.
Full disclosure, I don't think I've ever seen the last few seasons of Growing Pains because I quit watching when Leo came on.
Yeah, it did get pretty bad.
I hated Leo back then.
And he only was on one season though, so like
and I never finished from there on out, so I have no idea what happened after that. And it's funny because like I didn't mind him so much. Like Critters 3 was like whatever because he's like hardly in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
I mean he's in it, but he's not in it that much. But like when he came in and took over Growing Pains, well, and also you kind of noticed there was like a shift in the show. Mm-hmm. And now we know what happened, right?
Yeah,
going back, we found out, Cameron had his fucking come to Jesus moment.
Yeah, and he was
and decided he's going to change the character. It's like, dude, it's called acting, you moron. Like, do you
That's
really
what
think
Alan
Michael
Thicke
J.
said.
Fox is a fucking rock hard fucking conservative? No. He's Canadian, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Like,
I know it's funny because like they're in Ohio, and if you listen to some of like those early episodes, he's still got that Canadian accent, and you're like, nobody in Ohio talks like that at all.
yeah, there was that shift in the show because Kirk,
Yeah,
you know, his character was supposed to be that problem child, but he had kind of that, not a mean streak problem child, but just a guy who kept fucking up.
mm-hmm.
And then I think then they kind of moved it and shifted it to where he became more of this mentor character and all this shit. And he just really tried shoving in a lot of his moralistic stuff. And he didn't. I remember he come in with like we found out later now. I don't know if you guys heard this, but that one season he come in later with like a list of things that he could and could not do his character anymore. And it's like, dude, your character's like this womanizing fucking basic red-blooded American teenage boy. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Like, he was probably, that was the saddest part, is that Kirk Cameron's character on that show is probably the closest to most average American teenagers at the time until he did his shift.
Yeah. And well, that's what Alan Thicke said. He had to pull him aside one day. He's like, you're on one of the most cookie cutter vanilla shows of all time. He's like, Kurt, it's just,
and you're trying to make it even worse, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
He's like, you're not swearing, you're not drinking, you're not doing.
Pretty
like,
bad when Robin Thicke's got to tell you that.
He's like, come on, Kurt. And they did say though, like later on when they did TV movies, he had calmed down. He had
a little bit, but not so much. Like, look at his other fucking shit that he's doing now. Like, I mean, look, I mean, I'm all for like being strong in your religion. I got no problem with that, but he is one of those people that was part of the problem for a while, right? Like shoving it down people's throats, telling people they're wrong because of this, that, and the other. And some of his nonsense that he would do and say, there's a reason why he became a fucking joke. And it's like, you're right. Robin was right. Like, he had the world in his hands. We're not saying like go against your religion. Nothing in that was Robin's whole point. Nothing in this show.
Yeah, it was all like
remotely
normal.
bad. You're acting like the kid's Bart Simpson. No, he's not, or some sex, fiend.
The parents loved each other. The kids. He never got really punished. He never got arrested. He wasn't like he was.
Well, he never did anything that bad, right? Like that was my whole point. Is yes, he was a typical red-blooded American boy. Like he liked girls, he liked cars, he liked, yes, he got more mature as the show went on. I get that. So did Theo Huxtable. Yeah. But that's kind of basically what he ended up doing. And it's like, dude, you're not Theo Huxtable.
Yeah.
Right? Only Theo Huxtable can pull that shit off. And it really, if you look at it, it's funny. Look at the two shows. He did basically exactly the same thing. Because what did Theo do? What did we find out about Theo? Theo was a problem child, but we found out, he had a learning disability all this time.
Yeah.
So instead, he then shifted his focus to helping kids, and he ended up becoming like this counselor kind of character. Mm-hmm. Same exact fucking thing for fucking Kirk Cameron's character on Growing Pains. Exact same thing. Like, come on, Kirk.
I forgot about that on Cosby Show that he had.
I noticed that back then. I was kind of like, dude. Because I liked Growing Pains, because everybody liked Full House. I'm like, Full House is gay.
I like Growing Pains.
And I
like Growing Pains and Family Ties. That was one of two of my favorites.
I'm sorry. I was like, Full House is for chicks. Like, it's so stupid. Like, yes, I like the cast of the characters that are there, but I hate the show. Yeah. I'm sorry. And I got to that point where I was literally that guy who goes, okay, I have to quit pretending that I like Full House. I know you guys act like you do, but you're full of shit. This show sucks.
You got it, dude.
Exactly my point. It is the most manipulative, unrealistic, idiotic shows that ever existed, but yet people fucking adored it. And I did. I got to that point where I'm like, I'm watching it just like everybody else going, why am I watching this fucking show? It's because everybody else is. That was one of the few times in history where I can actually say to someone, because I got into this a little bit the other day, like you see my post about Stranger Things, where they had that big number or whatever that tuned into that one episode. I'm like, I remember when the biggest show of the night would average this many viewers every night of the week.
Yep.
And that was kind of my point, is we all kind of would watch some of the same things, and then somebody said, well, it's kind of hard when there's only 3 shows. It's like, no, we had choices. We watched Dukes of Hazzard because we wanted to, not because it was the only thing on.
Yeah, there was
Full House is one of those few times where I remember that happening to me in history. I'm just like, I'm watching this because there's either nothing else on, or just because everybody else is watching it.
Yeah. Well, like you said, though, like in the 80s and 90s, there were so many shows. Like we just talked about, there's Growing Pains, there's Family Ties, there was Full House, there's Who's the Boss, there's Perfect Strangers, there was Cheers, there was MASH, there was Night Court, there was and then you go into like the crime shows and stuff. You got Miami Vice, you got Knight Rider, you got trying to think of all these shows, man. There's so many of them.
Quantum Leap.
Yeah, Quantum Leap. There's
even some of the shows that didn't quite make it. It's funny we're talking about sitcoms, and guess what I got in the mail today?
Was that
the sitcom that started all sitcoms? The Honeymooners.
Oh yeah, The Honeymooners.
It's on Blu-ray finally. The first original 39 episodes.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, like there were so many of those shows back in the day that like we had tons of choices to choose from. Now today it's just like, yeah, there's choices, but they're not good. And most people don't watch anymore.
Well, and some of those television shows were so evergreen, or they had something about them that clicked, that even like channels like Nickelodeon would thrive on Nick at Night. And I mean, I remember tuning into Nick at Night to watch those shows. Like I loved, like I just got it. I love The Honeymooners. I loved I Love Lucy. I love
Dobie Gillis. I used to watch
all
Dobie
those
Gillis.
shows. Yeah. Andy Griffith is a huge favorite of my family's.
Yeah, that's one of my all-time favorites.
Like it's one of the first times I really remember like being aware of, because my dad would talk to me about, like, you see that kid there, Opie? I'm like, yeah. He goes, his real name's Ron Howard. Now you see that other kid there? I'm like, yeah. He goes, that's his little brother. And then come full circle when I actually meet Clint Howard. And he happens to have, and just out of weirdness, because he has all these Star Trek pictures there, right? And I think 1 or 2 other pictures of some of his other stuff that he had done. But then just sitting there with all the other stuff is that picture from Andy Griffith, where he's sitting at the table eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with Opie, and Andy's sitting at the table drinking coffee with him from that episode. And I'm like, I need you to sign this for my dad.
Nice.
Like it was just one of those full circle moments, right? Like, and then, you know, just to get to hang out with him that day and all that kind of stuff made it even more,
that's awesome.
You know, the cherry on top. But I mean, just even before all that, that was when I saw that picture. I'm like, that's just too perfect. Why in the world would you have an Andy Griffith picture? Right?
Like that.
Just out of he didn't even have any Gentle Ben or anything like that I can recall. But Andy Griffith, of all things,
completely
have sitting there.
It was meant to happen.
It was just weird, yeah. And for you know, guys, I'm sure you all know out there in the chat, but for those few who might not, Clint has been in everything, right? Like he's been in tons of shows, tons of movies. For him to just sit there and have a fucking, the only reason I could think of that he had it is just because it's a picture of him and his brother,
right,
when they were little. But like, I mean, he was in so many other shows where he was more of the main star. He was barely on Andy Griffith, right? Like,
very, very, very barely. But I mean, no, it's great. I mean, it was like you think about these shows back in the day, and look, I'm not gonna lie. I've talked to you before. I was a fan of I am a fan of Stranger Things, but I can't deny the shit that's going on now and everything.
Look,
and
let's be real. We all grew up in the 80s. If he would have stopped everything to say that, everybody been like and called him, you know what?
Yeah.
Quit acting like a you know what.
It's true. It's true. Like that's when that's like what I was saying is like the first season actually does feel like it's. I mean, like the way it's filmed and lighting and written and everything, it feels like a tonally completely different show written by different people, which you never know. It might have been. They might have stole somebody's script.
Well, and I noticed a few things like they kind of lifted something from it with that whole gay thing. Because they do it in the second part of the TV version with Eddie Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Because in the book, I think like he's not a virgin in the book because they all sleep with Betty. But Beverly, I mean, sorry. But like in the movie, you remember they have that part where he goes, I'm a virgin. I've never slept with anybody or whatever. He goes, because I never loved anybody but you guys, which was basically the early 1990s way of him saying I'm gay.
Yeah.
because I'm thinking in the book, that if I remember right, because I haven't read the book in like 40 years or 50 or 35 years, but like if I remember right, it's pretty obvious that he is in the book. It's just kind of mentioned and kind of brushed over, but that's part of the reason with the whole like gay connection with Pennywise is he goes after him because of that or whatever. But like, or uses that, I should say, against
his fear, because he feeds him.
Yeah.
I think they do it even in.
But they kind of do it here, where they stop the story and have the one character go, "I'm gay."
Yeah.
It's like,
it feels more like you're watching. Like it feels more like now you're watching a show. It's 2025, and they're just pretending to be in the 80s. You know what I mean?
Look, I'll be honest, guys. I'll be the one to say the fucking pink elephant in the room. We all the fucking time in the 80s, and when we said we meant. So let me tell you, yes, we meant it, and we said it a lot. Go watch TV from that era. They would say it no problem then.
They would.
It got just thrown around like it was any other word sometimes. In fact, they would use that word instead of saying some other word. And I'm just not saying it now for Greg's, channel, but like, guys, I'm not going to beat around the bush. Yes, we did eventually reappropriate the term gay to mean just, like he does in the South Park episode. And kind of like they did with the F word, we did reappropriate them. I'm not going to say that. But in the 80s, we flat out used it a lot.
Yeah.
It was one of those words that I could even use as a kid. My parents didn't fucking flinch.
Yeah, back then a lot of people say, I mean, look at the movies.
And I'm not trying to make any fucking excuses.
Doesn't mean it was right. It doesn't mean it was right.
No, I'm just saying. And that's what makes that so unrealistic.
That's what I said. That's why it feels like that first season truly does feel like it's set in the 80s. This season feels like it's 2025 and everybody's dressed and pretending they're in the 80s. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? So
most of the time the response would be like, yeah, we're not surprised that in fact, what you're doing now is move, really.
And the way the show was presented in the first place, I think they all knew to begin with. So it's like, yeah, you got to stop and give us a 20-minute speech about this.
We
all
didn't
knew.
really care.
Yeah.
Yes, would we pick on that guy more because of it? Yeah.
But nobody cares. I mean,
Nobody cares.
They're still going to be your friends.
We usually knew. That was usually the whole point. And that's what was like. I've even said it myself. We even had a guy for years. We were like, "You're gay, dude. Just admit it," and he just wouldn't. Mm-hmm. And we really think that it wasn't so much that he was in denial. It just I don't know if it just didn't dawn on him or what, or he just wasn't ever necessarily attracted to anybody at that point. But like we kept telling him, like, it's weird because the hottest chick that works here wants to jump your bones, and you don't even want to give her the time of day.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, dude? You're gay. And I seen your apartment. You are gay. Nobody's apartment is that clean. I walked into his apartment. I'm like, motherfucker, you are gay. He's like, what? I'm like, you are gay. And then I like asked for something. I don't remember what it was. And he comes over to this little hutch thing with a little plastic like fucking drawer thing. And he pulls out the thing and it's all like fucking meticulous. I'm like, fucker, you are gay. Gay. I don't even want to see your sock drawer. But I bet it's meticulous. I bet the socks are all like fucking folded up into nice little neat little square bow things, and they're all lined up in colors, and he just kind of turned red and looked away. I'm like, you fucking just admit it. And then he's been married to this guy for like 10 years now.
Yes, that's the thing, is like, okay, we get it, we get where you're going with this and everything, and this show is like, it's based on it's based on Goonies, it's based on Explorers, it's based on all those shows, and it's like, okay, we get it, everybody pretty much knows this, you see that they're all still your friends, you don't need to make your penultimate episode where it ends with a giant speech of you saying you don't like girls. Like, I kept waiting for somebody in the room to be like, dude, we know, let's just go and fight and kill this guy. And nobody does that. So, and once again, yes, I don't stream, guys, but there are ways you can watch these shows without paying for these services. Just so you know. And I have no problems doing this to Netflix. I have no problems.
I wish we could blame Netflix more for this. I really wish I could. I mean, I know people, some have this like idea in their head that Netflix sends out these notes to all these people going like, make it more gay. They don't. And the Duffer Brothers have taken full fucking responsibility for this.
They have.
I mean, right now I'm looking at this going, hell, if I was David Ellison, I'd be worried.
Yeah, because they just paid them all that money.
They just signed a fucking 4-year deal with the Duffer Brothers. Yeah. I'm sitting here going, I'd be a little worried because these motherfuckers just Game of Thrones their own show.
I was going to say, if depending how this finale lands, it wouldn't surprise me if the Duffers quietly disappear like the two guys from Game of Thrones who were signed to do.
I mean, they did another show somewhere. I think it was because they had the Netflix deal, but I don't think it really made much waves. I think the 3-body problem was all they did after that. I think it did okay for them, but like, yeah, you're not wrong. They lost the Star Wars deal, all this other shit. Yeah. Look, if you're doing this now, like, I haven't seen it. I'm not going to comment on it, but I've seen the scenes and stuff enough for me to go, that's pretty stupid to do in this show right now. It's pretty fucking dumb. Stupid.
Pretty dumb. Because this is one of the few, regardless how people feel about it, whether they like it or not, a lot of people could say, hey, or whatever. This is a show that that managed to enter the zeitgeist. What small zeitgeist there is left. It entered the zeitgeist, and it's got people talking. And when they're talking the way they're talking now, it's not review bombing. You fucked up. Plain and simple.
It's like Game of Thrones all over again. Exactly. Yeah. Because, like, at this point, look, like I said, if anything, if you wanted to emulate 80s shows, we had characters and stuff where we'd sit there and go, are they really gay or are they not gay? Right? Like, look, I'm still not convinced that the fucking Andrea chick or whatever fuck her name is from 90210 wasn't a lesbian.
Right.
Right. Like, I mean, come on. We would have those little conversations, and you can kind of just leave it open-ended. You didn't have to answer that for us, especially... Because I think I remember that too. Like, I haven't seen it since the first season or whatever, but I think I remember having that thought too. Oh, that kid's totally gay. Like, and it's obvious that that's what they're doing here. But an old 80s show like that would make it ambiguous enough, or it wouldn't hit you over the head with it, especially. I mean, even if there'd be a very special episode where maybe they came out of the closet, but it wouldn't be in the middle of a climax.
No, not right
in the middle of
your finale.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so dumb. You waited till then. Like, they really thought they were cooking. I think they really thought they were cooking. Like, oh yeah, this shit's gonna be. It's like, nope, you messed up.
Like I've been saying all week, gay is not a plot point.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's not. You can't make that like this thing about the show so much. Like Ellen and all these other shows have been there, done that, did that already. You're not reinventing the wheel. You're not coming with anything new to the table. What is it really adding to the show at the end of the day? Right. Anything? Nothing. I mean, most of these kids were practically prepubescent when they started. So, I mean, like, I don't know. It just, whatever.
It truly is a sad thing to see because, like, I kind of almost feel like maybe they stole somebody else's script for that first season, because that first season is so drastically different from the way it's shot, the way it's presented, the way the actors are acting.
I don't think that the audience would have had such an issue with it if they presented it in a different way.
Exactly. I think they missed the boat. They should have did it last season, because last season, from what I remember, everybody and everything was like received extremely well. I think even the Critical Drinker gave it a good review for last season. That's when they should have did it, because they had a moment in that season to say, hey, this dude's gay, move on. Right. And they waited till this season to do it in the final episode before the final episode. So, okay, whatever. But anyways. Oh yeah, Andrea, she was like the oldest actress on the show, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell.
Well,
too.
She had a hard on for Jason Priestley in the show, but like, look, I've known lesbian chicks. There's usually one guy that they have what is quote unquote the hots for that they'll never get. And then eventually they just realize they're lesbians. Like, just, I've seen it at least a half a dozen times now.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And
I
look, just
forgot.
because women are lesbians does not mean they can't find men attractive either. It's kind of like the same thing with gay men. Like a lot of times they'll comment and talk about more about women's bodies than they will men's bodies.
Mm-hmm.
That's of course because they wish they looked like that, but still, I'm just saying. Like I'm not trying to get down that whole road. It's just we had that shit. Like it just wasn't. It was never a major part of a show like that to where, you know, like on This Week on NYPD Blue, you know, fucking some David Caruso's gonna come out of the closet.
On NYPD Blue, what's his name? He would use that word a lot in that show in the beginning.
That's true.
What I cannot remember his name.
And that wasn't even one of the words I think they were complaining about. Like the thing with NYPD Blue is that they got away with, I think, the use of shit.
Mm-hmm,
and a few other things a couple of times, and goddamn, and a few other things that they would say that they would show a lot of ass.
Yeah.
And even then, like, look, do you ever have a point where somebody comes out and says, I like women. I've decided I want to fuck women.
Yeah, no.
Like, no. I mean, I'm not saying that in some coming of age stories or sitcoms you don't have the little meet cutes or love stories. I'm not saying that. And again, I don't think anybody would have had a problem with the character being gay. I didn't even have a problem with the characters being gay in the Chucky show until the Chucky show was all about being gay and trans.
Exactly.
I didn't care that because the first season, it's not dwelling on that. Yes, it's a part of the character, but it's not a plot point.
Exactly.
It doesn't become a plot point until that one episode where it's all about that shit, and you're like, "Oh my god, come on! I just want to see Chucky kill people."
Yeah, I want to see these people fight this monster. Can we please move on?
Yeah, I just want to see Chucky say something witty and kill somebody, just like you want to see the monster kill people in the fucking Stranger Things show, right? And here's some '80s music.
Yeah, and I think honestly, that's what. To be honest with you, because I know a lot of people have been comparing the two shows. Welcome to Dairy. I know we went on a tangent here. We're talking about streaming shows.
So
I get it, but like one of the things that I think worked so well for Welcome to Dairy to what's going on now is they gave you Pennywise. It does take a while to get to him, but when he gets there, he fucks shit up, and nobody's talking about their feelings. And I mean, yeah, there's still a little bit of the racism thing left over, but that's, like I said, that's part of the story, and that's a catalyst to why he's there, because he's using that fear, right? Because that's what he's doing. He's using that fear of them so he can eat these people. That's legit. And so, like, by the time he gets to him, you're ready to see a battle with the clown, and he's important, and he's an important part of it. And now you're getting to this, and it's like you've completely forgot about your story and your main characters. They've been brushed off to the side. The villain's been brushed off to the side, and it's become about this one kid and his coming out journey. So I get the comparisons there.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyways,
Curly and Rogue, we did bring that up last week. That's true.
Yeah.
That was,
yeah.
Dairy was announced for
And it's only 4K
release.
on the Steelbook, but I don't think you're getting it because I think it's sold out everywhere.
Probably.
Yeah. But anyways, the three Ninja movies are awesome. So I don't know how we got to where we got. But if we went on 3, I did not expect this to go 3 hours. I honestly did not expect.
I kind of saw it headed there when we started talking about sitcoms and TV shows and some other things. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a short show.
We went off the rail.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah,
that's all
happens.
Right.
It happens.
It's our last one of the year.
Yep. Not to brag, but I think I got enough money to last for the rest of the year. So.
I know, me too. I might have a few bucks.
I got about $1 and some change.
Next month, I don't know. That's because they were pretty quick at not with rejecting my appeal.
I know that sucks, man. That sucks.
Well, you guys here to hear, like, basically, I'm probably just gonna have to start a new channel. In fact, I might start 2.
Do it.
I might do a Midnight's Edge After Dark. Just remake the channel again. And then I might also just do a 4K for you channel. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Or I'm just going to... Because mainly that was kind of what I was trying to shift into over on Midnight's Edge After Dark, is talking more about physical media, doing more of those kind of reviews like I had been doing. Right. But this really kind of put a damper on that, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna have to pick myself up, dust myself off. Hopefully, enough of you guys come pay attention to me to where I can get remonetized again and slowly but surely rebuild a new channel or two and see how that works out. But yeah, but no, it's been a hell of a year, and thank you for having me all this time to talk about physical media, because it's actually one of the few places I get to go where it's not a headache and I get to kind of just chill and
You can
relax
talk about what we love and not
talk
have
about what I
to
love.
worry about Hollywood. Even though we did sort of went on that tangent just
Yeah,
now,
a
but
little
but usually we talk about our movies, what we love and what we hated about them and stuff like that. But I'm always glad to have you here, Tom. And like I've always said, you always have my support. Whatever you do with
I appreciate it.
making a new channel, whatever, I will help you. I don't know how big my influence is, but I will share it out and I will help people find their way to you and get you back to where you need to be. So.
I mean, honestly, I mean, I appreciate it, and there's not much anybody can really do other than just keep trying to boost it and get in. I mean, they might reverse it, but I doubt it. I'm not losing hope altogether, but I'm not gonna dwell on it. I'm just gonna have to try and keep moving forward, and maybe that's what the new year will begin, is starting anew. But yeah, talking about Corey Ninja,
Yeah, that's how we got there.
yeah, 6 degrees of step by step. In ninja movies, basically. Yeah.
How it happened, I don't know. Brad, sadly, his channel was demonetized, but we're going to help him out. We're going to help him out the best we can. So.
Yeah, you can go watch the recent videos on my channel to kind of get the updates on that.
Yeah.
Info.
But I can be like, it is what it is. Yeah.
I don't know. As far as like movies of the year or like Blu-rays of the year or. Gosh, I don't know. Because none of them, like, I was kind of disappointed by more releases this year than I was actually happy with them. Yeah, the Nightmare on Elm Street release set was great to have because of all the movies, don't get me wrong. So, I mean, I guess as far as, like, having the transfers done of all of the films, I still had some issues with some of the transfers. And I'm really pissed there wasn't much for new special features.
Right.
Gosh. Otherwise, I almost got to give it to Kino for the year, just for the amount of releases that they were able to get out.
They released a lot.
They did, and on 4K. They always kind of impress, though, with the amount that they're able to get out. And for the most, I mean, yes, they have issues from time to time with quality and some other certain things. But again, we know that sometimes that's beyond their control.
Right. I was looking at it like I was going to think about doing a video, but I was looking at it more like releases that I got that I was happy to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the one that really, again, like the Ninja Turtle one was really nice, but
yeah, and the Freddy.
Again, there's a lot of butts.
Yeah,
with that one.
I get. I was thinking like also like Night of the not Tom Savini's Night of the Living Dead.
That one is up there. It's probably a really good one.
And I know you already had it, but I was happy to get Starman on 4K. Yeah, I thought it looked beautiful, and I love my steelbook of it. So
it's almost still a disappointment there, though, too, because you didn't have the series with it.
Yeah, like I didn't get the series of it, but
so like again, like even Vinegar Syndrome, good. They did some good releases this year, but they were also kind of disappointing in some of their stuff. Again, it's not overall like pissed or disappointed, but like just kind of let down. You know what I mean? And that really is kind of where like it comes in with the whole Nightmare on Elm Street set and the Ninja Turtle set, because any other year those two sets would be my number one sets because they're two of my favorite film franchises. But I am a tough customer. Ninja Turtles, though, probably would get the edge, though, the first film, as far as transfers, being that it's from the negative for the most part, except for Reel 3.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know. What would you probably pick as just off the top of your head before you do your video? I mean, not to spoil it.
That's what I've honestly been thinking about it, because I didn't get a lot of vinegar. I don't think I got hardly any Vinegar Syndrome this year, because I kind of didn't have a lot of money thanks to like the extra cash from YouTube, right? So I didn't get to get a lot. But I was trying to think about that. Like, yes, I was happy with the Nightmare on Elm Street ones, but I was trying to think like I mentioned, like Starman and Night of the Living Dead, and then I was thinking about what did I get this year, because I was trying to go through all my new releases I got this year, and I was just trying to think um, and I just like I can't think of much other than those I
Actually,
got.
for company of the year, I guess I got to give it to Arrow.
Arrow did Dark City, the Davina Duckworth Pigman. I was very. I don't know if you like that movie or not, but I was very happy with
I
Dark
haven't seen it.
City. I was
I
very
haven't, but I
happy with
haven't
Dark
watched it
City.
yet. But yeah, no, like, yeah, I got to give it to Arrow. I think
Yeah, Arrow did great.
they're, despite being bought out by Zavi or whatever the hell it was, or
Mm-hmm.
they've still managed to kind of keep their quality up there.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
I
I'm
mean,
looking over here in my shelves and my movies and trying to remember what I got this year because it's been so
just
long.
Arrow alone, between shit like The Mask, Demolition Man, the Ninja
Mm-hmm.
Turtle set,
Mm-hmm.
they kind of, I mean, all those releases were really well done despite the limitations they had.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Yep. Shoot,
and
I
I
was
think they
very
even had
happy.
a handful more that I'm trying to think of offhand, because they had a pretty good year. Arrow probably had the best year as far as the actual releases,
I was.
I would
I
say.
mean, I know some people don't like this one, but I was pretty happy with Jason Goes to Hell.
Yes,
I
very
did
happy
for
with
that,
Jason Goes to Hell.
and I was
Not so much with Jason X, but yeah.
yeah, Jason X. I was very happy with, and I was very happy with, like I said, Dark City was came from Arrow,
Which
and
is fucked up, because you know what I heard? Jason X outsold Jason Goes to Hell, I think, like 2-1.
well, and I I kind of I think Jason Goes to Hell is a better movie. I'm sorry, I just
But I
do.
understand.
But I understand because Jason X is balls to the wall crazy. But I
It's
also
kind
do
of a
like,
fan favorite.
yeah,
That's why.
it is, yeah. John Carpenter's in the Mouth of Madness that came from Arrow. I really enjoyed that. Um,
Did I bring on Ghost of Mars?
yes, you did.
Okay.
You brought it, you got John, and you
Oh
ripped
yeah, I
into
remember. I
it.
said because it looks like a TV movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it does, and even almost more so on 4K. I don't know if I said it that way, but that's kind of true.
Mhm.
Like, that's one of those few times where, I mean, I guess I got to say that the better resolution didn't really do much for the film.
For that one.
It brought out kind of more of the cheap quality of it more.
Yeah. And
Which I don't even think it was that cheap of a movie, which is funny, but it was like they built this whole big fucking set for it, and the
Mhm.
train set, and yeah, I remember it being a big deal when it happened, but I mean, I don't know. Does Carpenter even, I don't even know if he did a commentary for that one.
I think
I have to
Carpenter
look.
just like kind of forgets that one.
I think, yeah, at that point is kind of where he just kind of gave up, because I think Vampires really kind of took it out of him. Like, I think he was thinking that was going to be his franchise, and it just didn't work out.
It did.
That's my hunch.
Yeah. What did I know it's a re-release, but did the Twin Peaks, did that come out this year? The Twin Peaks TV series? Was that in 2025 or was that in
The re-release?
2024?
Yes, but
It's a re-release. I know that.
yeah, I think the original version came out in like 21 or 2 or 3, somewhere in there. Whenever the new series had just finished up, is when that one came out.
Cause I was thinking about that. I only made it through the first season and a couple.
See, and I would
episodes
give that a
seven
mark
seasons.
down, because I don't like the box that it's. I don't like those
Yeah,
big
the box
chunky
isn't
plastic
great.
things.
Yeah, that's what, because I'm sitting here, I'm looking over through everything I got, and Kingpin. Well, I don't know if I put Kingpin on there. It looks good, but I don't know if that'd be one I'd from Kino.
Yeah, they didn't add nothing to it.
Yeah, they didn't add nothing to it.
I think the theatrical cut's the only thing that's on the 4K,
on the
isn't
4K,
it?
yeah. That's what I said. I'm gonna have to go through some of my things before I make the video. Before I do it.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
trying to
like I said,
remember.
Arrow just kind of like sticks out to me, is just because they had a bunch of the Warner titles and the New Line titles.
Yeah.
Even though Nightmare on Elm Street we did get, I just feel kind of like, I feel like if Arrow would have handled the Nightmare on Elm Street set, it would have been a better set.
I think so, because you watch and see if they get Freddy versus Jason, how that turns out, and what they add to that.
If you're listening, Arrow, give us the open map version, please.
Yes, titties, big titties,
More titties.
more titties.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can see more of the one in the shower too.
Yeah. Well, I just kind of noticed that in some movies there was a long time for a few films I would still watch the open map version on DVD.
I would tell you that too. In the It's speaking. This comes from Scream Factory, Shout Factory. Is the third Night of the Demons movie? They got that on there, and then I believe they have the open map version, or it's the whatever. Because there's multiple versions of that film too, and like there's a scene where these two girls are completely naked in the beginning, and they're getting dressed. In the one version, you can see everything. We got bush, everything.
Well, that's another reason why.
It's cropped.
Oh, I know what the release of the year is, but let me get back around to that.
Okay.
But that's one of the reasons why I love Arrow is they try to do their best to make sure we get every version possible when they can. But the release of the year, speaking of Vinegar Syndrome, can't believe I forgot this. Dirty Work.
Oh yeah,
the unrated cut. The fact that they were able to put that together. That release is probably if I was giving out awards, that would be my best in show of the year, overall. But yeah, otherwise I'd give Company of the Year would probably be Arrow, and then overall, like just because of all their great releases they had this year. Box of the Year, I'd probably give the Ninja Turtle one the edge over the Nightmare on Elm Street one, believe it or not.
Nice.
And mainly just because even though they're not that great in special features, at least there's some new special features on there. And the transfers, even the ones through the inner positives, look better than the collective Nightmare on Elm Street ones because of all the manipulation on some of them compared to others. Because it's kind of a hodgepodge of sorts. Which is expected considering you have basically a bunch of different directors signing off on this. It's going to happen, but yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even know if they had the directors quote-unquote sign off on it per se. They just... From what we know, they just had it shown to them, so I don't even know.
Yeah.
They did let them handle the color timing, I guess, so yeah.
I know I was very, my biggest disappointment of the Nightmare on Elm Street set was New Nightmare. It looked they cleaned it up way too much. Polished it, smeared it.
It had the most manipulation of all of them, I think. I guess you're right.
Very disappointed in that one, because that's one of my favorite ones.
One, still, I wish they would have went back in and just dialed it back a little bit on that first one. Because that's the thing, is that the way that the first movie looks is what reminded me of what it looked like to see TMNT in the theaters. That was what I was kind of saying. But then seeing it on fucking Arrow's release is like, that's a night and day difference.
Yeah.
So to me, that tells me whoever's doing Warner's shit in the background, they need to back the fuck off. Because their shit's been getting worse, and it's not. Better just let the archive guys do it, because they're the only ones who seem to know what the fuck they're doing. Because this shit is getting to be too much. Yeah.
Yeah, and they clearly care about what they do at the archive thing.
I'm sorry, whoever fucked with, all this shit should have came to a head with the Superman Fleischer set to begin with. When that snafu came out the way it did, and they still ain't fucking fixed it. I mean, yes, I've heard that it's supposed to get fixed with the 4K release, but doesn't fix it now.
Right.
And you're still getting other releases that are coming out with similar fucking problems. And some of the reviewers are just turning blind eyes to it. Like, that damned Idyllic Fool Crusader is one of the few people who will, because those are the ones, they're doing the fucking Bond ones too, guys. I think they're handling a lot of that. So, because I think Amazon goes through Warner to do a bunch of their shit.
Yeah. And it's funny because Warner used to be the guys you go to get your movies fixed.
Well, they still are because they have the best scanning facility. But they were the first ones with a 4K scanning facility before 4K Blu-ray even existed. That's why a lot of the older 4K or older Warner Brothers films were all done in 4K scans before it was even a thing. And some of their old Blu-rays look pretty good because of that. But anyway, we need to.
Yeah, we should probably wrap it. But yeah, I appreciate you, Tom. Thank you. I would have personally, I didn't get a lot, like you said, I didn't get a lot because I was using my YouTube money for the physical media because I didn't have to use that for bills and everything. So, and it kind of with YouTube was a year. But with that said, I appreciate you, Tom. I appreciate you, everybody out there that does watch the channel, everybody that's always in the chat with us, everybody that supports us. I appreciate you guys. Please, help out Tom as well with his channel, whether he has to make a new one and everything. You guys do that. And I will see you guys next year. Have a very happy new year. God bless you. And always support physical media. It truly is a superior format. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
How you doing? Bitches leave.